chilling, I guess. Anyone joins, you join, you join. I think my orientation's slightly off. Bloody phone. Hello, Spiky Panda. How are we doing, my friend? I've just received a parcel from somewhere, so I'm opening that. Bear with me. I'm just... Oh, God. Just loading up my screen. Bear with me. So I've received a parcel, and it is... It's a PlayStation mug. My wife sent me this, I assume. She did mention it. Let's get it out and show you. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'll drink out of it because it's only a small thing, but it looks cool nonetheless. Look at it. It's a little PlayStation. I like that. So that can go back in the box, whichever way it came out. Comment. I'm okay. How are you? I'm great, mate. I'm staying out of the sunshine, that's for sure. I cannot stand the heat. Ugh, I've butchered the box. I'll have to sort that out. What's my favorite PS5 game? I wouldn't really like to say, because could I say Days Gone remastered? I mean, if I'm honest, I think the PS5 is trash, and it's just remaster station, isn't it? So I'm enjoying Chernobylite, if that counts. That seems like a really interesting game. So yeah, that's my new addition, a cup. Yeah, it's a hot one. Mate, it's ridiculous, right? I can't stand the temperature at all. I've been out twice today. I went out to do a few bits, and the car was just like a hot box. And as soon as I've come home, I'm like, right, that's it. Drink loads of water and stay indoors. I don't know what it's like. I don't know whereabouts you live, but I assume it's the same everywhere. What's your favorite PS1 game? Rabbit Bunnies. I hope I said that right. Open panel. Live chat. There we go. Yeah, so if you bothered, that's the new thing that I've just received. I'm going to shift that thing because that doesn't really want to be staying there. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I hope, Tasmo, how are we doing? I'm great, thank you. Okay. I've just found a box full of, well, not full, but with some PS2 games in it. Pro Evo, some iToy crap, and Legends of Wrestling. I think I'll probably just bin them. Didn't even know they were there. Oh, it's so warm. I don't want to take the top off because it'll be, you won't like the sight, trust me. Move that as well. So come on, talk to me. Tell me what your favorite PS1 games are. That's all I want to know, is what people's favorite games are. Actually, no. Go there. There we go. Finally, I could catch you live. I read that at Linden Place. Yeah, I don't tend to do them very often. I think my last one was about 3-4 weeks ago. I'm trying to do them like once a month, if that kind of makes things easier for people watching me. I'm going to try and maybe do it for like the last Sunday of every month going forward, if that makes sense. Me too, I'm really warm all the time. I was supposed to do my live last night, and I fell asleep on the sofa, staying out of the heat. and I didn't wake up till probably around 9 o'clock-ish. And then obviously by that time it was a bit late to do a live, and I went to bed. I just couldn't be bothered to stay up. So if I keep looking down this way, I've got a second screen here so I can read the comments. I'm not a PS1 guy, eventually. Maybe eventually I'll try to get into it. Mate, you should definitely try getting into some PS1 games. Even if it's just some of the classic ones that everybody's played, whether it be Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, or even some of the more obscure stuff. I mean, I've got... what game is it now? Another game I've written, Hard Edge. I've got a game called Hard Edge on the way. I've never played it before. I've watched a video on YouTube and I really want to play it now. So just play PS1. Yeah, the graphics can be a little bit iffy on some of them, but the gameplay is usually where it's at. I mean, I've got loads of them, so I can't really pick one off the top of my head. But just type in a video or something on YouTube and search for some of the top rated ones to play. I mean, I'd say play Tomb Raider, but a lot of people get put off by the tank controls. But I love tank controls. I think they're the best. So accurate in that way. But that's just how I play it. I live in the East Midlands. East Midlands. Oh, bloody hell. So I assume it's warm up there. East Midlands. I have no idea. I've lost all trailer thought as to where East Midlands even is. Outside, like north of Birmingham, is it? Or east of Birmingham? I'm not sure. I don't know geography all that well. Similar PS2 though, it was before I was born, but I love trying new things eventually. If my channel helps you get into it, definitely do it. It depends on what you prefer financial wise, because some PS1 games are ridiculously expensive. So if you're not quite sure, it might be easier for you personally if you've got a PC to emulate it, or buy a modded PS1, and then you can make backup discs or burn in a disc and you can play the copied discs then, which is a damn sight cheaper than buying full physical at retail prices, if you know what I mean. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfy in my chairs. I've got a weird cushion on it. Yeah, so anyway, my favourite PS1 games, if you are interested, I'm not going to go with the usual, everybody says the same games. Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Tekken. No, you need to try different stuff. Cooler World, great game. One second, my computer's making noises. Yeah, around there. I apologise for not being geographically minded, but I knew it was somewhere in that vicinity. Let me think of some other games for what I recommend. Definitely play this if you've never played it before. I keep saying this game a lot. Where is it? Oh, crap. I keep saying that game a lot as well. Future Cop LAPD. I can't recommend that game enough to people. It didn't sell very well, so it's kind of what that people call a hidden gem, even though I absolutely hate it when people say that phrase, because nothing is hidden. If it's available to buy, it's not hidden. So yeah, if you like that term, these two are definite must plays. What's my favorite PS3 game? Ooh, PS3. I don't know, to be fair. I mean, I've got plenty of PS3 games, but I haven't given them a lot of opportunity to play them as of late. I liked the Uncharted games. They were great. That's a really good question for PS3. Yeah, there's quite a few. I enjoyed what's it called? Singularity. That's really good, but it's not strictly PS3, is it, that one? But if you mean exclusives, I'd probably say Folklore. That's a really good game. And Pain. I really enjoyed that as well for its pure simplicity more than anything else. Any love for Metroidvania games? Not really, if I'm honest. I mean, I've got Symphony of the Night, and if you want me to be totally honest with you, I really don't like it. It's not my sort of game. I mean, I know those side-scrolling type of games have the place and people really like them, but I don't know. It's just not something I've ever really vibed with. Yeah, I don't really like them, if I'm honest. And I never liked Metroid games. I think one game I did play that I believe is similar. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, correct me on it. But I think it was called Vector Man on the Mega Drive. I remember liking that game, but I haven't played it since many years ago, so it's probably trash by today's standards. I love that game. Which game are you referring to, Spiky Panda? I've mentioned a few at the minute, so I don't know where we're at on the which ones you like. Honestly, am I missing a trick not playing the Metroid games then? Because I've got to say I've got this Castlevania and the God's sake, the other one on PS1, Chronicles. This one, I hated that game. I really did not like it. I don't know, it just felt archaic. Is that the right phrase to use? It just felt really dated. I like Apocalypse to Future Cop. Apocalypse is great. I do have that. It's right up there somewhere. I'll grab it. There we go. Great game. I played it recently actually. It still really holds up really well, and the controls work really well for it considering it's 20 plus years old. I didn't mind it at all. Have I played the Sly series? Now you might hate me for my response to this. Yes, I've played the Sly series. I played the first one, Sly 1, on the PS3 remaster they did. I actually got the platinum trophy to that. I played Sly 2 and it bored the living hell out of me. And then I played the fourth one they released on PS3? And I didn't like that either. It's not my sort of game. I'm not really into cartoony platformers. I get bored of them easy. I mean, that's probably just my gaming habits. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. What's your opinion on Hogs of War? What, the remastering Hogs of War? What the hell? Hogs of War. Yeah, I love that game. It's great. I'd have to definitely say rest in peace to Rick Mayall for that. But yeah, it's a great game. Even though if they are remastering it, I assume the Lardcore remaster is what it's going to be called. Will they take out all the humor? Because a lot of the humor is seen as not very modern, let's just say, without getting into the political stance of it. Favorite 007 game? The only one I ever liked was GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. I love the James Bond franchise. I've got all of the films, but yeah, the games other than GoldenEye, I didn't. Or was the one on PS3 Quantum of Solace? I think it was called, which was basically just Call of Duty but with James Bond. That was okay, but it wasn't GoldenEye, and GoldenEye for me was peak nostalgia. The amount I'll be honest, when it was out back in the 90s, me and a bunch of my friends, we used to bunk off school and just go and play GoldenEye all day, and that was pretty much how we spent most of our late 90s years, just GoldenEye every day. One of my favorites. Yeah, honestly, Apocalypse and Future Cop. I mean, I could probably recommend more games that people try out because there's just a massive amount of them. But yeah, for sure, I'd say these four are very good games. Um, Jesus, hang on. If you've not played this, I highly recommend this. It is one of my favorite games on this system as well. I can't recommend it enough to people. Back in there. See, my OCD, I have to put that back right now. There we go. There's loads of games. I mean, just tell me your favourites and I'll give you my thoughts, or if I've even played them at all. Oh, my favourite 007 game that was a good question, actually. It just brings back so many memories with twagging off school. What's this? Used to watch Bottom. Mate, Bottom was a great TV show, but it's a shame they didn't make more episodes or series of it. It was only, what, 3 series of it they made in the end? Do I like Crash Bandicoot games? I used to like the first Crash, but it was ridiculously hard and I never finished it. Crash Team Racing I enjoyed, but that was more just because it was like a Mario Kart clone, really. But I've never played Crash Bandicoot 2. I did play 3, and I wasn't very good at that either. So Crash is a so-so game for me. I have a bit of a love-hate with it, if you know what I mean. Have any newer games piqued your interest? Like anything look into? If you mean modern games, Lyndon, no. If I'm honest, most of them are either ridiculously overpriced, or they've got some online connectivity, so they have to be online. And then there's the issue of you stick your game in and it's broken if you don't update it. So would it be weird of me to say Tomb Raider Remastered, the Tomb Raider remasters, even though they're not modern games per se, they're the most modern games I enjoy. And Chernobyl Light. But any upcoming games, no. I won't even buy Grand Theft Auto either, because I just don't like the hype around it, and it's really not that good of a game, in my opinion, anyway. I believe it's a small team working on it. I'll have to look into that, mate. Honestly, I didn't know they were even contemplating a remaster of Hogs of War. I mean, I saw PlayStation put out a trailer for Gex Trilogy Remaster today. I didn't even know that was getting remade, and apparently there's a Croc remaster. I didn't know anything about that either, but that's because I don't follow modern gaming, you see. So I only ever tend to find new games when I either see a video of them or someone talks about them. I don't keep up with like game news and such. And yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, it certainly is. What inspired you to collect games? These games in particular, I just have massive amounts of nostalgia for. Like when I was young, it was all 2D sprite-based gaming, like the Mega Drive and everything else around there. And then the PlayStation 1 came out, and I don't know, it sounds daft to say, and it probably sounds a little bit cliche, but it opened my eyes to what I saw what gaming could be. So, like the full 3D aspect. And the first game I ever really, again, it sounds cheesy, but fell in love with to the degree where I enjoyed it and I just wanted to play more and more was Tomb Raider, the first one. Whether it be from throwing yourself swan diving into things and killing Lara Croft, or just the way it plays. I mean, I know it looks dated now, but I still enjoy it to this day. I mean, I was playing Tomb Raider Chronicles yesterday at one point. Tomb Raider, the old ones are the best in my opinion. I got Road Rash, because I am saying Road Rash mine was not properly. Oh, Does it? Hang on a second, let me have a look. I do have Road Rash, yeah, so bear with me. Manual's really thin on my copy, but it's probably because I've got one of these crappy classics versions. I will be getting the proper one eventually, but at the minute I just tend to pick up the games, so I've got them and then I upgrade them, if you know what I mean, down the line. But there is one game talking about manuals not fitting in. Is it that one? Yeah. This one, NBA Live 97. I don't know if you'll be able to make this out on the camera, but the case doesn't shut properly because the manual is, look at the thickness of that. The case doesn't shut. So there's like a lip there as well. I don't know if you can see that. There's another game as well. Capcom Generations. Look at the state of the case. It doesn't shut properly. You have to nip it shut because it has two manuals in there. So yeah, you have to nip it closed. That drives me mad as well. Right, let's just put that back up there. Hey man, hey PSX Arsenal, how we doing, man? Yeah, managed to catch one of my lives, but I think you were in my last one, weren't you? But you've changed your name since. I forget. I'm sorry if I've forgotten that aspect. When you used to be a trophy hunter, would you say you were addicted to getting them? Yes, Lyndon. At one point I was. I platinumed games such as the My Name is Mayo, and I did it on the PS Vita as well. I'll just be honest, because I don't see the point in chatting nonsense, because if you look on my profile on PlayStation anyway, you'll see. But I platinumed, what's it called now? Hannah Montana the movie on the PS3 back in the day. You can platinum it in less than 4 hours, and yes, I was super addicted to doing it, to getting the plats. That's like that dopamine hit, isn't it? So yeah, I was addicted for sure, and I am ashamed, but I'm open and honest about the fact that I platinumed an absolute rubbish kids game. But we've all done it. If you collect platinum trophies, there's plenty of people. Sorry, my hair, I'm bloody warm. Yeah, there's loads of people that have platinumed those Stroke the Cat, Stroke the Dog, Chicken Bullets or something like that. These slop games, basically. And I know loads of people that have platinumed loads of them. They don't really count, though, do they, when you can get a platinum in a minute? And I do like PS3 and Xbox 360 and other. Yes, Spiky Panda, I would definitely agree with you there. For me personally, I feel the PS3 and the 360 was not necessarily the peak of gaming, but the beginning of the end, if you know what I mean. Like, since then, all games after that generation have all relied on internet connections or massive, ridiculous updates because developers just release broken games now. So yeah, for me, the PS3 360 was the last good generation. Everything after that's just downhill. Again, in my opinion. Mean, drawn into your life from the title, only to realise that I don't know which PS1 if any. Daniel, man, come on. Everybody's got a favourite PS1 game, even if it's one of the more common ones that everybody likes. Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, whatever. I mean, hell, one of my personal favourites is Tomb Raider, and it hasn't aged well by today's standards. Do you remember that Namco neck controller that was released? Tasmo. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm trying to get one. I'm trying to get one boxed, though. I remember having one back in the day, the twisty one. That's the Negcon, right? And there's the other one they released for Ridge Racer Type 4. I think it's called the JogCon. It's basically got the wheel in the middle, and it doesn't really work very well, but I'm trying to get them boxed. As you noticed, I got the mouse recently boxed. I've got the G-Con 45 sat here boxed. I just want to try and get every accessory for the PS1 boxed, official ones anyway. I don't really care for the like the Wu-Tang Clan controller, because it's A, it's expensive, and B, it weren't official, and C, I've read that it's turd. Where are we up to? Metal Gear Solid is a standout game for me, even though I've only completed 1 and 2. I've played any of the franchise since. I own all of them. Mate, I used to play Metal Gear Solid, the first one, religiously, and I know if you complete it, you get the... Is it the bandana that makes you invisible? And then you can just rinse through the game again. I remember playing it, but if I was to play it now, I think it'd probably take me about a week to finish, purely because I've forgotten every aspect of it, and you've got to get used to the controls. I mean, there was one, I believe there's when you call one of the characters in the game, you actually have to have the box for the game because the radio code's on the back of it or something, if I remember rightly. Again, it's been so long since I played it, I can't remember. My road is overlapping the edges. Oh, it's not because it's too thick, just because it's wrong. That would probably say to me that that's a reproduction manual if it's the wrong size. Yeah, I'd probably, if you've got another PS1 game, put it side by side and measure the distance. They're all supposed to be made to measure, but it might be a reproduction manual you've got if it doesn't fit in the case due to its length or width, if that makes sense. Evil Zone, Future Cop, Crash 1, Spyro 3. Evil Zone, I want to get. I tried to order it recently, but the person I wanted to buy it off, he wanted more than I thought it was worth. So I'll get it eventually. Future Cop, great choice. It's one of my personal favorites. Crash, again, I mentioned this a bit ago. I have a bit of a hatred for it because I suck at it and it's so hard. I mean, I even tried the Insane Trilogy remaster. Jesus, there's no way I were going to finish that game, and I'm too old to get angry at games now. So now if I start sucking at a game, I'll just turn it off. What else did you say there? Spyro 3. I've never played Spyro 3. I have the remaster and I have the originals, but I did plan on doing a 1, 2, and 3, like playing through them all in order. So I've never played the third game. I remember playing the first one. Vivid memories of that. I don't even think I played the second one, to be honest. Well, they're good choices though. Legendary Rain. I hope I said that right. When I was my first kid, I only had a demo disc for the first 3 weeks. No games. Mate, I remember I had the same issue when I first got my PS1. Basically, I'll tell you. My birthday is 3 days before Christmas, so I got the PS1 on my birthday, but I didn't have no games or any accessories or anything with it, so all it had was a demo in it, but I never had a memory card either, so, I mean, demos were demos anyway, and then Christmas came and I still never got a memory card. I didn't get a memory card for the PS1 probably until February the following at the time, so I had to play like PlayStation 1 games without a memory card for like 2 straight months, which was a challenge in itself. But yeah, the demos, man, some of them are really expensive as well these days. There's the ones that came on the front of the PlayStation magazines. There's a Metal Gear Solid one, which is like £15 for a demo of a game, which is just crazy. Yeah, that's why I don't like the newer consoles. You need good internet. Spikey, I agree, mate. I mean, I've got good internet, thankfully, but it's just every time I turn PlayStation 5 on, there's an update for something, whether it be the console or the game, or I have to wait and download, or is it installing, sorry, and then downloading updates and stuff. It's just more hassle than it's worth. At least with PlayStation 1, I stick a disc in, I press the power button, and I just wait for it to load, and I'm in. No messing around. But I know modern stuff's everybody is a lot, like more people are keen for that than retro, but I don't know, I'm stuck in my ways. I'm obsessed with the 90s still. And I'm stuck in my ways that I love this stuff. I can't be bothered to get into modern gaming because I always get let down with it in some way, shape or form. Although saying that, Alien Isolation, I love the Alien series and I really like that game. I just can't play it because I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a pussy. when it comes to playing horror games. So I think it was chapter 3 on Alien Isolation when the alien turns up. At that point, I turned it off and I can't play it no more. I have it'll give me nightmares. A man at nearly 42 having nightmares from a bloody game. It's a bit daft, isn't it? Do you prefer to play PS3 games while on play your PS3 games on the PS1 or the PS3? That I'm not sure how you do. You prefer to play your PS3 games on the PS1 or the PS5? That's not making a great deal of sense there. If you mean, do I play my PS1 games on my PS3? If you mean that, no, I don't. I play my PS1 games on my PS1 purely because underneath my camera here, I've got a CRT TV, and at this side, I've got a flat screen for my PS3, which is here. My PS1 is there. There. You can't see it in my fingers. Yeah, I just prefer to play original hardware on the original intended screen, if that makes sense. Because the last time I tried to play a PS1 game on the PS3, it looked blocky as hell. Because, again, these games weren't made with HD TVs in mind, I guess. So I've got a CRT for that. And yeah, it hurts my eyes after a while. Well, I can't play it on HD TVs. It just doesn't look right. Thumbs up, Corey. What was that? The hardest PS1 game? Oh, hang on. My bloody comments on me. Things disappeared. Bear with me. Show chat. Oh, God. Do you prefer to play? What's good, dude? Hey, Goggles. I hope I've got your name right there, buddy. Die Hard Trilogy, Apocalypse, Wu-Tang, GTA. Yeah, Die Hard Trilogy is great. I don't like the third game, Die Hard with a Vengeance, where you're just driving around in a car. I didn't like that, but the first and second ones, spot on. I mean, the only downside is on the second one, the light gun one, the G-Con wasn't compatible with it, but the mouse is. I played it recently. I really enjoy it. Apocalypse I mentioned very briefly a bit ago. I even put it back up there where it belongs. Wu-Tang. Now, I've got the Wu-Tang game, but I've never played the Wu-Tang game, but I did play back in the 90s, and this was, I don't know, you could say it was naughty because it was a copied game, but it was a copy of Thrill Kill, which Wu-Tang was originally. It was the Thrill Kill game, and that game was just so weird with the GIMP and everything. But yeah, I've played it. I played Wu-Tang how it originally was, but not the finished version, if you know what I mean. You did mention GTA. Yes, GTA games, the top-down view. I love it. Is it the first GTA where you've got the guys, the monks, the Hare Krishnas, that walk in like a zigzag line, and if you run them all over at the same time, you get Garanga. That was so good back in the day. What do you think of Chernobylite? I got bored of the story halfway and skipped all dialogue, but still finished the story. Legendary Rain. I am actually enjoying Chernobylite. The story just doesn't make any sense to me, so I don't know, maybe is there not like a pre-book or a book or a comic or something that you're supposed to read before it? Because honestly, it made no sense to me. The game's great, I'm enjoying it, but yes, the dialogue, because it don't make no sense, I did find myself recently skipping some of it. Like, rather than letting them talk, I'd read it quick and skip it through. But other than that, I enjoy the going around the zones and stuff, but again, it's made me jump a few times, so I haven't finished it yet, purely on the fact that I'm a bit nesh when it comes to games that have jump scares. Like, there was one in it the other day where the one of those monsters, it moves really quick, like glitchy quick. It scared the living crap out of me, and I had to turn it off. Oh, hang on, my comments are going all over the place on my screen here. I've got the original demo 1 disc. I got my PlayStation console. Yeah, I've got the demo 1 in one of my PlayStation boxes up there. It's so great. It's got Overboard on it, Battle Arena Toshinden, Tekken, Loaded, I want to say. And I think there was another one, and it has that T-Rex visual demo on it as well, which was pretty cool. To be fair, I couldn't believe I remembered most of it when I got one again. Any updates on getting a new CRT? Yes, sort of. I spoke to a lady yesterday who's clearing out her upstairs rooms in a house, and she mentioned that she's got a big one in there, and it hasn't been used in years. I think she said it was 26-inch. I want to say 26 that she said. So yeah, I'll be getting a bigger CRT eventually, but I've got to wait until I get some assistance because it is heavy, and I ain't gonna lift that on my own. I'm not that strong. The hardest PS4 game is probably Batman and Robin, a game called Rascal. Oh, Goggles, I haven't got the Batman and Robin game. Not yet anyway, but Rascal, I have that down here, but I haven't played it yet. All my games, I just test them to the start screen to make sure they work, but I haven't played it through yet. Is it difficult? Is it difficult because of the controls, or is it difficult because it is actually hard? Because I know there's a few PlayStation 1 games are really hard because of the bad controls. Oh God, my bloody monitor, bear with me. Yeah, the third game in the taxi is stress. Yeah, where you got to chase down the bombs and you've only got a really strict time limit, I believe. If I remember rightly, I entered the code where you get unlimited time, thus making the game a cakewalk, really. But the best part about the taxi level on Die Trilogy is the internal view when you run people over and it splats blood on the screen and the wipers wipe it off. Quite a neat touch for back in the day, I guess. Wu-Tang game is so difficult. Is it difficult again? Is it difficult because it is hard, or is it the controls? Because I don't ever remember playing the Thrill Kill game versus the computer, but I used to play it against my friend, and that was weird. I remember rightly, there was the gimp guy, and there was the guy in the straitjacket who did sexual stuff, which is very kind of out of place in a video game, I guess. It was a weird game. Did finish it, but I had to turn the rumble off. I got scared. I couldn't even bring myself. Honestly, when the alien turns up, it drops down from that vent, and you get the tail that comes past you. I noped out straight away. I shit myself. I mean, I've watched people play it on YouTube, and I still get scared watching them play it. I did hear that if you play it on the lowest difficulty, the alien only ever shows up when it's the scripted moment. Maybe I'll give it another go at some point for that reason, because I'm a pussy. It was brutal. I remember a character called Oddball. Yes, is the cannibal guy on, like, when the fight starts before it says fight, he'd stand there eating the leg, if I remember rightly, and then you beat people up with the leg. It was such a weird game. No wonder it got banned, though, to be fair. But I have a modded PS1 upstairs. I have contemplating burning a copy of it to a disc again, just for the nostalgia's sake. But I don't have any blank CDs. I mean, I don't even think my PC's got a disc drive either, to be fair. No, it hasn't. I'll have to find someone who can do me one. Just started following the channel, as I have just started collecting episodes. I just got to 100. 508 shub. 518 on PS3. Damn. I've got on PS3 around 300. This lot behind me, though, I've got 9. If you watched anyone watched my video yesterday, my new additions take me to 918 of these things. If you really want to see, there's more up there behind all that nonsense, and then behind me down here, there's more that go all the way to the floor. Well, yeah, I've got about another 3. I think I've got 7 more on the way that have been ordered, and there's a couple more that I've got saved for me from one of my subscribers called Mark. He sells me some through Vinted. So I'm hoping to get to 1,000 by the end of this year. That's my target per se. But 100 is good going, mate. Honestly, I don't know if you're UK or USA or whatever, but the prices for some of these games is ridiculous. I mean, Silent Hill, I think that's recently gone up again, around £150 for Silent Hill Complete. It's not even worth it, if I'm honest. It's not a rare game, so... But there is just... Some of the prices are just stupid. Have you got RGB SCART for your PS1? Yeah, I've got the one with the 3 colours that go into a little block. Is that what you mean? Is that RGB SCART? Because I've got a standard SCART, which is just a straight up SCART cable, and then I've got the one with the 3 pins as well. I think that's the one that's currently in the back of my PlayStation and TV now, to be fair. Lornus! Yo, it's good. I hope you're keeping well. Mate, how you doing, Lornus? Yeah, I'm good. Hot. Ridiculously warm. I'm just trying to stay out of the sunshine now. But yeah, I'm good. About yourself? How's your PS3 collecting going? I mean, I've slowed down a little on the PS3 because I want to try and finish this before I do any more. Collecting, I think it's a disease, to be honest, this collecting, or an addiction anyway, because I can't stop. Do you like shmups like Einhander, Raystorm, In the Hunt, and Dodonpachi? Tasmo, mate, I'll be honest. Einhander I've never played. It never got a release in the UK. I have never played Raystorm. I've never played In the Hunt, and I've never even heard of that Dodonpachi, but I've got R-Type Delta, I think it's called, or is it just R-Type that I've got? Yeah, it's just R-Type I've got. It's pretty good. I don't mind them. I want to get, I forget the name of it now. It'll come to me, but there is a shmup game where you go from the bottom and you go up. I think it's like Warplanes or something. I can't remember the name of it at all. Raiden Project, I want to say. That game I really want to get as well. So I don't mind shmups. I just had no idea what to do or where to go. Batman Robin is the same and controls horrendous. Honestly, a lot of these PS1 games haven't aged well with the controls. What game was I playing recently that I was confused with? Well, everybody got confused with playing Driver, that's for sure. What game was it? Oh, no, I can't remember what game. Nightmare Creatures 2. I got so confused. It's not even up there, it's down here. But yeah, I played it recently and I got confused with what I was meant to be doing. So I had to turn it off, and then I've watched a video online and it kind of makes it look really easy. So I think it might have just been me having a thick moment. I played the first Medieval. Yes, I've played it. I never could finish it though. There was a part where I kept getting my ass kicked. I think it's is it like the 4th level or something? But yeah, I enjoyed it. I did try the remaster recently, and I couldn't. There was a part with boulders that go down, and you have to get between the gaps or something. I couldn't even get past that. I'm no good at these platformers. I'm more of a racing game or shooting game kind of guy. So some of them can, it sounds daft to say, but some of the platformers proper test my patience, and I wasn't very good at them. But yes, I have got Medieval 1 and 2, if you were curious about that too. Are you after a Net Your Rose console? Yes, it is. When it comes to accessories and consoles, the Net Your Rose PS1 is the top of my list to get. Ideally a boxed one, but those consoles are rare as it is, let alone a boxed one. I think a boxed one's probably looking at like $2,000 or something daft. And that's just silly money for a PlayStation, if I'm honest. But yes, I would love a Net Your Rose PS1. Oh, hang on, my comments are disappearing again, bear with me. Do you have any cheat cartridges? I remember I could play a couple games using my cheat. I haven't at the minute. I've been trying to get, again, a boxed one. What is it called? action replay. Because I remember I had one when I was younger, and there was a code on it for Silent Hill, I think it is, and it gives you everything straight off at bat. Is it the chainsaw and the laser gun? I think I want to say I can't remember the right word, the laser blaster or something. But yeah, I played that. I had one when I was young, but they're quite rare to find these days. I just haven't seen one around. That's when you broke 900 mark. Incredibly impressive, especially because so many places just have the usual. Yeah, that's the problem with PS1 games. The big selling ones like Tekken, GTA, Tomb Raider, Gran Turismo, they're common as hell, so you can find them everywhere. But a lot of these games have either come from Vinted or gifts from my wife, for example. She's just recently gave me some more. But yeah, I mean, and CEX, I was using them for a while. I've stopped using them now, but I was getting a lot of the expensive ones from CEX because they're everywhere, aren't they? So my local CEX doesn't get PS1 games in very often. So I'd have to just order them online, for better or worse. I mean, if you watch some of my older videos, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. In some of my older videos, there was somewhere I get really angry at CEX because they were sending me games that were really rough, like really bad condition. If you want some good RGB cables, go to Retro Game Cables. Shielded cables. I don't really think I need one. The cable I've got works perfectly fine, unless, I mean, they might make things crisper, I guess, but PS1, it's all texture in it anyway, in it. I think I've got like, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 boxed PS1 and PS2s, and they've all got a cable in there. They're all good, mate. I don't need to spend any money on cables. Yeah, price is definitely high. Recently bought all 3 disc worlds. Company to a great Legend of Legaia. Cheapest CIB was 140. Legend of Legaia was a game that I was after for ages. There we go. I was after that for ages, and it came into CEX randomly when I was just browsing the app. And I think they sold it. They had it for it was £85. I think CEX sold it for. So I just ordered it from them because I didn't want to pay silly eBay money. And I remember when it turned up, the disc is immaculate. I mean, you probably can't see it anyway, but there's not a mark on it. So I was happy about that for sure. But yeah, Legend of Legaia, great game. But yes, the prices on some of these things are a joke, if I'm honest. Don't know why they keep going up in price. Room is a hot box right now. Said I'd focus on PS3. Turns out I've been buying everything but PS3. Oh, Lornus, mate, what are you doing? Focus on one. I mean, I can't say a lot. I mean, I'm trying to focus on this, and the amount of times I've done videos on here where I've got, oh, look what I found today: PS3, PS4 games, PS5 games. It's easily done, but you need to not do it. I mean, I want to complete the PS3 full set as well, but I mean, at minute PS3 games are super cheap, so I see them and I get sidetracked, and then next thing you know, you've spent 50 quid on a batch of PS3 games when you could have bought a PS1 game, or that's in my position, for example. But yeah, stop buying other stuff, dude. Focus on the PS3. I mean, what are you buying? 360 stuff again. Where am I at with the car? Apologies, my screen's a bit. £23. Oh, for these cables. Yeah, I ain't spending 23 quid on a bunch of cables when the ones I've got work perfectly fine. Where we at? The feeling I find a game I've been looking for a really cheap. Oh, PSX Arsenal, mate. I agree. There's no. It sounds daft, but it's like a really good feeling when you pick a game up, especially if it's cheaper than what it should be, or it's one you've wanted for ages. Like, for example, that Legend of Legaia game. I wanted that for ages, and when I finally got it and it turned up and it were in good condition, it was like a weird fuzzy feeling almost. It sounds daft to say, I know, but when you get something that you've wanted for a long time or cheap, yeah, it's a good feeling for sure. I mean, you jammy sausages in US, you got loads of games we didn't get over here. I mean, I'm still trying to find a complete copy of Parasite Eve 1, and obviously it never came out in the UK, so I've got to buy an NTSC copy. But I think even getting one of them in the UK, it's like £160 or something daft now. I saw one sell for something like that recently. But I'll get one eventually. I do want it because we only got number 2 over here for some stupid reason. Did you ever link to PlayStation? Okay, we played Link on Doom and Formula 1. Yes, Daniel, I did. I played Destruction Derby on with a link cable and Wipeout, I think. Yeah, Wipeout. It might have been 2097 though. But yeah, I remember playing on the link cable. It was mad because you need 2 games, 2 consoles, 2 TVs. Daft. But they don't do it like that no more, do they? I mean, hell, they don't even make couch co-op games as often anymore. Let's composite. I realize we can. I'll tell you what, I'll have a look at these cables from, where is it, Retro Gaming Cable. I'll have a look. I'll look into it, and if it's worth it, I'll get one. Talking of CX, I found they have loads of PS1s missing on their system. More so than their system. Yeah, they don't tend to stock a lot of PS1 games at CX for some reason. I even asked them about it because I've got 2 games here that are duplicates that I asked today. I went in today to see if they had any new PS1 games in store because I won't touch their online system no more. But I've got basically Fade to Black and Action Man. I didn't take them with me. I just asked if there's a way that they take them. Do they ask for prices or whatever? And it's like, no, they don't. They're not updating the system for PS1 games until I think it's like every 3 months they do like a price change and a slight update. But if anything, they're probably taking more off than they're adding. And so I noticed from another YouTuber's videos I watched, they've been taking PS2 games off the system as well for whatever reason. You should just stock all games, if I'm honest. Then we can kind of, sounds daft, but use them and abuse them for their 5-year guarantee they give, versus dealing with some of the absolute whoppers that you find on eBay and Vinted. The Net Rosie is sexy. It is. It's just that charcoal black with the color, the PlayStation logo in the colors that it is. Like I said, I'd love one, and if I get one, you'll all see it. But I've only ever seen one once in person, and that was in the 90s. I haven't seen one in person since. I'd love to get one though, just because of the color. I'm done with PSP, PS3, and 4. A few Vita and PS2 games and around 50 PS1 games. Then I'm done altogether. Oh, you've got Luke Sablade. Oh, as in Sheffield United Blade, I assume. Yeah. So it sounds like you've got an end goal in mind. I did, if I'm honest. My goal was literally just to collect all this, complete the full set, and be done. But then I've kind of ventured into the PS3 as well. So I still have an end goal in sight, but I don't know, I keep buying games. Again, it's an addiction for me. I can't stop. Even if it's games that I know I won't play. If I don't own it, I'll buy it. If it's cheap, that is. I'll buy it just to say I've got it. Or put it to one side for little one to play when she grows up a bit. Yeah, I bought another box console. More PS4 games to flip, but I did a great deal on PS3 games. That's about 56. Another boxed console, mate. I mean, I saw your recent video. You'd bought some PS4 stuff off Vinted to flip. But what box console you bought now? Another PS3 or an Xbox or something daft? Focus, mate. Focus. Dino Crisis. Good choices, Birdie. They are good choices. And now I'm going to be a bit controversial on this one because I know most people don't like Dino Crisis 2 as much as the first, because the first one's horror more and the second one's more action. I prefer Dino Crisis 2. Maybe because it's action orientated. I'm not good with horror. But yeah, you keep that combo up when you kill a dinosaur and then kill another one within a certain amount of time to build up your combo. I remember hammering that on is it the battle mode where you unlock all the guns and everything? CX are too many games not on their systems. I agree, Birdie. I really do. Most of it's mostly like sports games but then saying that, I don't know. I mean, don't know why they ain't got that Action Man or that Fade to Black on their system. No idea. But last time I asked, I was just told that what's on their system is on their system. And if they add any more, it'll be a case-by-case basis. But I don't know. CEX tell you one thing and they do another, so I don't know what to believe. The Juco, yo, how you doing, my man or girl? I apologize if I got the wrong gender for you there. I'm sorry. I hope you're well. I'm so sorry if I did. Looks like every RGB Scott from too. I'll look into it. I mean, I'm not overly keen on spending silly money on cables. I did this with a HDMI cable years ago, around the PS3 release time. I spent like 50 quid on a HDMI cable, and then I used a different one. I think it was the one that comes with the skyboxes, and there was no difference in the quality. So I get a little bit uncertain when it comes to cables. It might be better. I'll have a look and I'll do a bit of research before I say yes or no. I started with the aim to finish all PS3 PAL games. I've been on PS1, PS2, PS3. It's easy to get sidetracked, right? I mean, like I said, I'm trying to focus on this, but then when I see PS3 games dirt cheap, in particular if I walk into a charity shop, like my most recent video, they had PS3 and PS4 games for dirt cheap. I'm gonna pick them up. I can't. It sounds horrible to say, because I mean, I don't want to be one of those people that takes everything and moves it on, and no one else gets a chance. But if I see games cheap, I ain't leaving them for other people, especially if it's a game I haven't got. I'll take the lot, thank you. I mean, hate me as much as you want. It's that we're all guilty of it. I don't tend to buy them to flip them much anymore, because I don't use CEX and I'm not really that big on selling online. So I don't really flip them. If the games I've already got, I tend to just leave them there. Unless it's a game that I know does have value, which is very rare that happens. Yep, same as me, I prefer 2 over the 1. Oh, Dino Crisis, yeah. 2's great. I might even play it after I've done this stream, to be fair. I might even pre-record some footage on my phone and upload it, I guess. Absolutely love a box console. If I had more space, I'd have more. eBay has also been pretty decent. Tell me what box console you got, Lorna, so you're going to make me wait until your next video. Because I myself, and I'll show you all, I love a boxed console. I've got boxed. That's the limited edition PS5, Portal, PS1 Mini, a PS1, a PS1, a PS1. And upstairs I've got a couple of boxed PS3s and PS2s. No, I'm guilty of it as well. There's something about the artwork and just the box sat there, isn't there? So I'll agree with you on that one. Very nice. Honestly, with these cables, Spiky Panda, do you work for this cable company? You seem to be wanting to sell me one. No, I'm just joking. I will have a look, I promise, and I'll do a bit of research before I make up my mind. If it makes the games look a bit crisper and such, then yeah, I mean, with this current CRT TV I've got, it's only 14-inch, I think. I don't really think it'll make much difference on that, but when I get the bigger CRT that I'm getting, I will probably get one for that, because obviously the bigger, you know what I'm on about. Too cheap to list separate as with and without manuals and games physically sell 1 to 5. Yeah, you're probably right, Birdie. That's probably why. But then the CEX sell other games dirt cheap, like God, what is it? Like Tomb Raider. They're dirt cheap. I mean, they sold millions of copies, so they're like one of the more common ones. But they sell that. I don't know. See, there's obviously a reason why CEX do and don't sell certain ones. Corey. Honestly, these cables, don't worry about it. Honestly, I'll have a look at them. Like I say, when I get the bigger TV, it might pay to get the cable for that reason, so it's better on your eyes. Because there is one SCART cable I've got that I think I binned it already. Actually, it was really weird. It kept like having static effects within the image. Hard to explain, and I couldn't film it because the TV doesn't work with my phone. It bloody flickers and everything. I don't know why you changed the settings to stop that, but there was something not right with it, so I binned it off, and I've got just a standard PlayStation 1 now. Works fine on this little ass TV because it literally is a tiny. About that sort of big. I'm pretty sure it's a 14, if not smaller, maybe 12. I don't know, but I just haven't got the space here at the minute for a bigger screen, so I will get one. I don't play with the RF, that's for sure. I've actually got a SCART cable in there. The RF's awful. I don't know, it's just like, it seems like all the blacks look really grey, if you know what I mean, with the RF. Deals on duplicates, I buy them. Not so much to fucking, but to train them. Game always gets bought by another reseller, so I might as well get straight. That's it, Birdie. I mean, it's why I don't go to car boot sales anymore. Is down here there's a lot of resellers down here. So, an example: the last car boot sale I went to, there was resellers running around like they had a rocket up their ass. And honest to God, one of them nearly took me out, like nearly fell over because he ran straight into me. I can't be dealing with that, so I don't go car boots anymore. So if I do go to a charity shop and there's a game that I know has got some value, yeah, of course I'm going to buy it. Ain't no one going to be a reseller. But then I won't sell it. I'll trade it in. Like so I've got there's a independent shop up the road from me now. They've got a couple of games saved for me, so I just want to find some cheap crap now just to take and trade to them, so I don't have to spend actual money on it. My only aim was to get everything I like or interested in. I couldn't full set any console. Oh, Luke, mate, full set in a system, I agree, mate. Full set in a console, it's not for everybody. I'll be honest with you, the PS1 is a prime example of it. There is a lot of absolute turds of games. Let me just try and find one here. That game, for example, it's one of those shitty ass Phoenix games where it's just a glorified game, but it's actually just a colouring book and jigsaw and a little cartoon film. So it's not really a game, but that's rare and it's worth quite a fair bit. I mean, if you search Lion and the King 2 on eBay, it's ridiculous money because CEX have got it listed at like £12 or something, but they haven't had it in stock forever. And I played it when I got it, and it is shockingly shite. I can't begin to tell you how bad it is. So for that reason, full set in PS1 is not for everybody because of that. It's the sheer expense of some of the games, and they're not exactly quality. What Phoenix games were never quality, were they? But that's just one example as why I believe full setting's not for everybody. The most expensive and rare PS1 game is called Cindy's Fashion World. Again, it's a Phoenix game and it's trash. It's utter balls. But if I'm going to complete the full set, I would have to buy that. And I've seen it selling for like between £1,000 and £1,500 on eBay. So that's a lot of money for a pile of turd, basically. So I get everybody's reasons when they say, I don't want a full set of system. If I'd have known about all the pricing before I made up my mind to do all that, I would probably have not done it the way I'm doing it. But now, once I've set myself the challenge, I have to do it. I can't back out. But then when I've done it, your lot can see it with me that I've got every single game. I just like setting myself a daft challenge, I guess. Happiest Rogue, how are we doing, my friend? Loving the journey to the full set, mate. Mate, it's a slow and steady process. If I can get to 1,000 games by the end of this year, I'll be happy. As it stands, I need 506. 506 games I need for the full set. So we're getting there slowly but surely. And Spiky Panda, thumbs up, my friend. Oh no, Lornus there. It's a Mark 1 Mega Drive. Oh, Lornus, what you're doing? You're gonna just start costing yourself more money. Mega Drive games can get quite pricey, right? Especially some of the like Marvel games. I think I saw, or is it Super Nintendo? I don't know. I think I saw a Marvel game that was like £900. You just set yourself another daft challenge. I mean, you've started on Xbox on side of PS3, so are you addicted to collecting as well, Lornus? Because I am for sure. Oh God, hang on, my comments are going off screen again. Bear with me. Oh God, come on, bloody computer. Oh, tap in wrong bloody bit. What a whopper. What size TV are you getting? I've been trying to get a good TV for a while. Don't really want to travel or pay daft money. Right, the TV I'm getting, I'm pretty sure it's 26 inches, the lady said to me. I'm hoping it might even be a 28, but yeah, one of them. I think it's Panasonic or Hitachi. I can't remember the brand she said, but she said not been used in years. But yeah, they weigh a bloody ton, CRTs, but there was, I think it's a Sony one. It's one of the biggest ones they ever made. I saw one on eBay recently and it sold for about £3,000. That's a lot of money for a CRT TV. So yeah, it's up to you. I mean, if you travel, obviously you've got there's your expenses involved, isn't there? So I totally get it. Best thing I would recommend if you want a CRT TV, just get talking to your local, your neighbours in your area. If you've got some old dears that live in your area, just chat with them, see if they've got one kicking around in house that they've not touched in years. That's all I did, and that's what I'm going to pick up in a couple of weeks to go get. So just chat with old ladies if you don't mind doing that sort of thing. In Matlock Cabot, and yeah, they were crazy. I had to fight just to buy one game. Oh, that's not too bad. It could have been worse, but yeah, car boots are just rife with resellers. I mean, there's one guy I know personally. He quit his a proper job he had. He quit the job to become a full-time reseller. Credit to him, because it's a lot of work and effort, but I don't think I could ever do that. Plus, I'm not capable. I'm not capable or asked to run around a field in the hope I might find some. You competing with other people to buy the cheapest stuff. I haven't got it in me to do that. If I just find cheap shit, I find it cheap. If I don't, I don't. Oh man, if I find it cheap, I buy it. But I ain't paying 250 quid for a Phoenix game. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. It's not for everybody. Thankfully, some of these games I had a bit of an agreement with one of my subscribers where he didn't want cash. He got these games and he wanted vouchers from CEX. And this was when I was going through the phase of getting loads of good DVD box set bundles, and I was getting like 300-500 quid a bloody day on DVDs, on vouchers. So we did a bit of a trade deal like that. So it was cheaper for me, and he got plenty out of it as well. So it was kind of a good little deal for everyone involved, really. Resell's absolute worst. No YouTuber goes to car boots and says, yeah, Dirty Shub. There's another YouTuber I watch him. He was called Retro Smash TV up until recently. He changed his name to Retrozilla. His real name's Chris. It seems like a good dude he is, and he's got into doing reselling more. And he looks like he has his hands full with it sometimes. But I just don't have the patience or the tolerance for people running around a field. I mean, just chill out. Back in 90s and early 2000s, you could go to car boots and you could buy games on every system for pennies. But nowadays, you're lucky to find games at car boots because resellers have already had it. They've been there since 5 o'clock in the morning. They're just crack of dawners. I ain't got the energy for it either. I like to sleep, believe it or not. Do you have PS1 game Kuji the Heartless? Yes, I do. Where are we? Bear with me. I didn't pay £29.99 because that was an original sticker, but I actually paid £15 for a Kuji, I believe. I got it a while back, but it didn't have the manual, so I had to get a manual separate. But all I did was I bought another copy off of Vinted for £20, kept the manual and sold the non-manual version for 18. I think I sold it for. Kind of what I said I don't really want to do. I get it, but yes, I have a Kuji. It was one I wanted to get for ages because I remember it's one of the games I had when I was younger. I've got all the games that I had when I was younger now, so that's hence going crazy with it. 1,500 quid. Yes, Rogue. There is. I might want to probably go and see a medical professional and get my head checked if I'm prepared to spend £1,500 on a game that's absolute shite. But the reason it's rare anyway, and it's so much money, is that it actually breaks PlayStations and it's buggy. So like some of the older consoles, it didn't work right in. So I think you had to get one of the, the Ps1, the small one. It only worked in that. So rather than the developers, rather than fix the game and re-release it, they just pulled it all together. So that's why it's rare. So yeah, I could potentially spend £1,500 on a game that won't work on older PlayStations, or if it does, it might break it. Yeah, I might want to get my head checked if I'm honest there. I think it's probably the best option. Oh god, my bloody comments have gone all over again. Sorry, bear with me. I'm not very tech savvy, so I do apologise. Charity shops are still the best chance of finding games. Happened to stumble on that day a few more places. I never find anything on Facebook around here where I live. Never. I check it once, probably every couple of days. Never anything. I think the cheapest thing I found was a Nintendo Wii, and it looked like someone had had a turd on it, and they wanted 30 quid for it. I wouldn't have paid 30 pence for it, to be honest. But charity shops in this area, they're my gold mine. I find good stuff in charity shops all the bloody time. What did I find? Yeah, I found some on my recent video. Crash Bandicoot 4 and Crash Team Racing, 50 pence each. Can't complain. So I stick to charity shops. That's all I use now. Can't be bothered with car boots, and Facebook Marketplace doesn't do nothing for me. 25-inch touch does look good, but I do want a 29 Johnnyton. Yeah, it's daft that CRT TVs. You used to be able to pick them up dirt cheap, but now, I mean, I remember I had I can't remember what brand it was. It might have been Samsung, a CRT TV back in the late 90s, and it was a big one. When the flat screens come out, I had to take it to the dump because no one wanted to buy it. I pretty much couldn't give it away at the time. So I remember taking it to the dump and having one of the guys that works there help me get it out the boot of the car and throw it into a skip. Yeah, that was a silly mistake, that 20 odd years ago now, really. I mean, I'd love to have big CRT TVs again, but like I say, people just threw them away, didn't they, rather than sell them. So you got to be lucky to get a good one nowadays. And then when you do, they're expensive, like you say. Was to pay for a game was Symphony of the Night, and I'll pay money for a game again. To be fair, I didn't feel the hit on that as I saw the Switch. Fair enough, Luke. I mean, that's not too bad if you. I mean, when I got Symphony of the Night, again, it was through finding like DVD box sets and stuff in charity shops. I basically just saved them up, and I had loads at the same time. So I traded them in, and I think I got around £250 on a voucher at the time. And then when it came into stock on the website, I paid the rest towards it. So technically, I didn't pay the £420 what they had it listed for. I paid like £100 and something, I think it was, by the end, because I had a couple of vouchers. I think I paid of actual money around 180, 60, 70, somewhere around that mark. But yeah, it definitely stings when you spend a lot of money on a game, because 9 times out of 10 that game might be expensive, but it's not good. I don't think any game should ever be more than £100, to be honest, because they're just not worth it. Even more so on the older systems, because you can just emulate them for free. And I don't really like emulating stuff, but PS1 is the oldest I will go with physical media. I have a jailbroken PS3 upstairs in my bedroom that's got all the SNES and Mega Drive and the older stuff emulations on them. But I don't even bother playing it anyway. The old stuff, I get headaches playing the old stuff because it's the binary tone noise for the music. It's just deep, 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 deep. I know a lot of people love that, but I cannot get into the old game, the music anymore. When I was a kid, it was fine, but nowadays I just think, no, not for me. Yeah. I'm at 145 PS1 games. I think I'll just buy 5 more and call it for a while. Why 150? Why not round it up to 200? Nice round number. Maybe 3. Don't limit yourself to what you buy. Just buy what you actually want, I feel. That's what I do anyway. Alex, I found Discworld for... Oh, you jammy sausage, Alex. That's a great find for £1. I mean, I've got that game, but I paid significantly more than £1 for it. Although... let me just see if I can find it. Kingsfield is... I think CEX want about £150 for that. I paid 50p for it from a charity shop. So I was extremely happy, and it's all nice and complete and in good condition as well. So for paying £1 for Discworld, that's a virtual high five. There we go. Because that's a great find for that price. Mega Drive is like my second favorite console. Hi, my name is Lawrence and I'm an addict. Lawrence, I think anybody whether it's people that watch you, for example, or people that watch me, or even just us in general, we're all addicted to game collecting. I definitely think it's a sickness, if I'm honest. It sounds daft to say, but I believe it is, because if I see PS1 games cheap, or if I see PS1 games I haven't got, I almost get taken over with this weird sort of anxiety, FOMO, the fear of missing out. I'll see a game and I'm like, I haven't got that, and there's only one available or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, I need to get it, and then I find it difficult. I'm very impulsive. For example, I find it difficult to say no. So if I see a game and let's just say it's £20, but I have to pay, let's say, a bill at the end of the month, that's £20. I'll be like, I'll get the game and I'll worry about the bill down the line, rather than just go, no, I need to pay this bill and I'll get the game at a later date. I'm impulsive as shit, and it's not good. I get it, but it's how it is, and I honestly think it's a sickness for sure. Game collecting. My best PS1 finds Devil's Deception for £6. Poor birdie, you jammy sausage. That's the first one, isn't it? Because the second one's called Kagero or Kagero. I do want that Devil's Deception game. You jammy git. That's great. Sub-Zero for £5. That's really good too. I mean, I recently got that from, I think that was one of my last CEX purchases, but that was with vouchers, and I think that was like £180, and that stung because it's an absolute shit game and all. Collector's addiction. Where are we up to? I can't see it. Oh yeah, Kingsley Adventure and Jackie Chan for $2.50 each. Damn, man, that's good. That's really good. And I think Jackie Chan I got from CEX on vouchers, which was about £150. But the Kingsley game I bought off of a guy local to me. He basically does house clearances, and he had a bunch of PS1 games, and Kingsley's Adventure was in it, and I think I paid him around £80 for about, I think it was 12 games. I didn't even realize that Kingsley's game was as expensive as it is now. I don't know why either. It's not like it's a great game. It's okay at best. PSXR stuff, 700 on your PS3. Jesus, just over halfway. I don't know about like PAL Japan and UK, but I think UK or PAL PS3 games, I think there's 1,701 or something daft like that. Or is it 1,107? Something crazy like that. Well, that's good going, 700. I mean, I assume you've got something like me here, like just a wall of PlayStation 3 games, right? I don't know in 2011 could get a CRT for free once I've done this week. Yeah, Ryuji Goda. I hope I get that. I'm saying that right. That for sure. I remember you couldn't give CRT TVs away, hence why I had to take mine to the dump. It's ridiculous that they're so expensive now, but it's like most things in it. It's like when the PS2 came out, these things, they were pennies everywhere. You couldn't give them away. And now these games that are pushing 1,500 quid for it. It's ridiculous how things come back around. But yeah, CRT's pricing now is crazy, and I feel it's only going to get more insane. I mean, I've got 2 small Sony ones upstairs. They just need recapping. So when they've been recapped, I can probably get 70 quid for each one of those, and they cost me nothing. I've got no need to have like 3 or 4 CRTs either, so I'm going to just move them on, I think. But yeah, it's just crazy how old tech was free and now it's expensive. I'll never understand it. 575. Oh God, my bloody... I'm so sorry, my bloody chat log here keeps bouncing. I can't, it's hard to see. 575, and I got Japan American as well as different editions too before the year's up. Birdie, that's a good going. That my plan for the end of the year is just to get to 1,000 of these things. Only another 82 to go. So hopefully we'll do 82 in 6 months. I don't see why not. I think the last 2 beginners I want PS1 are In the Hunt and Rapid Reload. Yes, they are very expensive games. Though Rapid Reload's not that bad, actually. It could be worse. But yeah, they're games that are on my to get ASAP list too. Yeah, 3 beginners need to get... a Mega Man X5 and both Vigilante games. Mega Man X5... where did I see that today? Oh, I didn't see it physically. My wife is currently in Liverpool, and she was in a computer game shop in Birkenhead in Liverpool, and they had a copy of Mega Man X5 in there. I think it was about £150, I think it was. And the Vigilante 8 games, they're not that expensive, to be fair. I think they're about £40 each, so they're not too bad. But yeah, the Mega Man game's a bit pricey, right? Gold Tooth. How we doing, mate? I'm actually wearing your t-shirt. Repping it. Gold Tooth. I can't turn around. You might not have seen it very well. I buy used thongs from charity shops and sell online. That's Katie Price merch. Now, I never know if you're being legit here, Goldie. I wouldn't be surprised if you did do that, though. Are you chatting rubbish, or is this legit? Hopefully I have a big hitter coming soon for the PS3. So that is something. Oh, Lornus, what PS3 game is it? It's not Blades of Time or whatever it's called, is it? I mean, I remember seeing that 200 plus for a game on PS3, which is just crazy. Is it Blades of Time or Blades in Time? One of those. Well, that's ridiculously. It's not that, is it? Is that the most expensive PS3 game? Or am I wrong there? If I'm wrong, tell me what the most expensive PS3 game is, please. I would love to know, as someone who's trying to collect that set as well. Although I've kind of kicked that down the road a minute till I've done this. Again, I want to, if it is the most expensive, I'll probably try and get that first, because it sucks when, like, I know I'm going to get to a point where I've got 5 games to get and they're going to cost me like £4,000 or something stupid, and that's when it starts getting painful. Here's what games you buy for 5 there. They sell 25 here. I get it. I can't remember where you said you were located, Birdie, but I assume the game prices where you are ridiculous compared to here, right? I mean, they're not exactly great here either at the minute with PS1 prices. How do you get on with tank? Daryl, hello, my friend. How do I get on with tank controls? I love them. Just ordered myself both Fear Effect games today. Apparently they can be tough. I love tank controls, if I'm honest. They're so precise and easy to use. Like, obviously when you're using, like, say, analog sticks on modern games, they're not quite as precise, are they? Tank controls are very precise. Like, say, Tomb Raider, for example. Tank controls are the best. I love tank controls. I can't say enough positive things about tank controls, but I know it's not for everybody. These charity shop finds have me jealous. The best thing at Sonic Unleashed for a £5 is €42 for Sonic Unleashed. God, is it expensive, that game now, Sonic Unleashed? I remember buying it years ago, and I think I paid like £2 for it, and I thought that was overpriced. Why has it gone up? It's not rare, so why is it that much money? That's crazy. If you only needed one game left to fill your collection and it was 10k, but you knew you wouldn't ever get it if you didn't buy it, would you get it? Private Wayno? Yes, I would. I would sell everything. I would sell my soul. I'd sell my wife, my kids, all my accessories. If it was just the one game, I would. That's what I'd do. Now, I'm joking. I wouldn't sell my kids or my wife, really, but yeah, I probably would stump up the money to get it. It sounds daft, and I know at the end of the day you could go, oh, it's just blagging rights, but I set myself a challenge that I feel like I have to complete, if you know what I mean. So I will do it, whether it takes me a year or 6 or 10. I do plan on doing it. I mean, I've only been collecting the PS1 for 2 years now, and I've got 918 in that time, so I don't think I'm doing too bad, really. But then now I know I am hitting the more pricey PS1 games that are remaining, like, say, In the Hunt, Hercules, Clock Tower, Tron Bon, and many others that are stupid money for what they are. The Mega Man, I think there's, 7 Mega Man games on the PS1, and each one of them is £150 plus, and some of them are like pushing 300, which is just daft. Sam the Madman, I bought Vandal Arts 2 when it was 70 quid last year, and they had Discworld 1 in the case too from... Oh, so you bought Vandal Arts 2, so you got Vandal Arts and Discworld, but just the disc in the case. Is that what you're saying? You just need the case and inserts for it. Oh, right. I get it. Have you looked on eBay? I mean, I've found a few like that on eBay. At the minute, I'm looking for the case and inserts for Die Hard Trilogy 2, the Viva Vegas one, because I actually have the disc and manual. They were just in a CD that I bought from a charity shop. I was looking at it, and they were in there, so I bought it for that reason, to keep them. So yeah, I just want the case and manual for them now. Well, that's great though. Paying 70 quid for a game and getting 2 is a bonus. If there's a game I want, oh, my bloody comments again. The game I want, but it's a bit on the expensive side. I think about it over several glasses of wine and a couple of pints of cider, then log into eBay. Daniel, you legend, mate. Pretty much the same for me, minus the wine. I'm more of a, well, I don't drink anymore, but I used to drink cider a lot. Cider's a bit of a thing for me. But yeah, I do similar things. A few drinks and then log on and buy it that way. Okay, that's great, that, Daniel. I love that. A few glasses of wine. Dill's Vault. Oh, I remember I said your name wrong before. I apologise. Dill's Vault. I apologise if I've got it wrong, mate. Being after Hell Knight on PS1. Curious where you got your copy from. And how much it costs. Hell Knight? I don't have Hell Knight, mate. I haven't got that yet. It's really expensive, is Hell Knight. I think there's a copy on Vinted at the minute, but I think the seller wants like £500 for it. I haven't looked on eBay for a while, but yeah, I don't have Hell Knight. Not yet, anyway. Goldie, you've got some spare CRT TVs, have you? A spare B&O? Oh, banging up. What do you want for that B&O one, Goldie? Because I want a better small one. I want one small one and then the big one. The one I've got here is a Panasonic one, and it's a bit on the shite side, let's just say. Like, if I turn it on now, for example, all you guys will hear is like a high-pitched whining noise. It doesn't go well with cameras for some reason. But let me know what you want for that B&O one, mate. Blades of Time, Godzilla, Gundam, Dynasty Warriors 3, top 3 most expensive. I heard that Godzilla's really shit as well. How is it expensive? Dynasty Warriors 3. Is that expensive? Why is that expensive? I'm sure I saw that recently for cheap. Don't quote me on it though. I'm pretty sure I did. I think it was about 12 quid. Dynasty Warriors 3. It was £12 in a local independent from me, what's not far from me. If it was Dynasty Warriors 3 and that's actually an expensive game, I might pick it up for that reason. Let's just sit on it then, I guess. But I didn't know that. I mean, I knew there was is it Tornado Outbreak? I think that's quite expensive as well. I knew about Godzilla because I know that's expensive on PS4 as well, and I don't believe it's a good game either. Blades of Time is the most expensive. 230. Jesus. At least that if that's the most expensive on PS3, that's not too bad. You know, 1,500 on this thing. I mean, Jesus, 230 quid. There's loads of PS1 games that are over that price, so that's not too bad. If I was collecting PS3 as my primary, I think I'd probably have already got that by now. I'd probably start at the highest price and work my way down. Oh, Lornus, you did a list, didn't you, of your hit list recently? Oh God, I can't remember what game it was. You said you haven't gone and got the Killzone trilogy or the remaster on there, have you? Because I know that's expensive as well. But I do want Gundam Reborn at one. Gundam Reborn, is that one of those mech warrior type games? The machines. I've no idea because I've never played those games before. Are you picking up two? Yes, Lucas the Blade or Luke's the Blade. I apologize if I'm getting your name wrong here. I'm not very good at reading's not my strong point. We're picking up Tomb Raider 4 to 6 Deluxe. Yes. On Friday, I will probably put the pre-order in on Friday for it because obviously I've got the other one and then I want that one and I also want the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Deluxe Edition as well. I saw that the other day. I think that was like £45 I saw that for. I want that one too. But yes, I will get the Tomb Raider one 100%. Where we at? Got Blades of Time on PS3 and 360 both sealed 4 years ago. 20 quid for both. Still sealed. It's awful buying sealed as I don't open. Well, if you want Goldie, right? As soon as you only paid 20 quid for both. I don't want the 360 version because I don't, I'm not bothered for that. But if you want, we should work a deal out, right? For your PS3 version of Blades of Time, and we'll unseal it because I actually play them. I'll play it. But yeah, we'll work a deal out, Goldie, yeah? Wink, 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 wink. Oh, God, my bloody camera on here. Screen on here. 19 in CEX. Oh, God, what's that bloody game we were on about again? That's 19. Sonic. I assume it's the Sonic Unleashed. I can't believe it's that price for Sonic Unleashed. It's turd as well. I mean, I remember when I played it last, it's the bit where you change into the werehog, I believe they call it in the game. Fuck me, I've never disliked a Sonic game so much so it was the last Sonic game I ever played. I haven't played one since. 18, right. PS3, RA1, 237. RA1? I'm assuming that is that the highest price, I mean? Or have I misread something here? I apologize if I have. The Xbox original was solid to full set. There's a couple of games at least that I like unicorns. Have you finished the full set on the OG Xbox now, Goldie? So I remember when you last mentioned you were doing it and you said there was a few that you needed. Yeah, if you full setted it now, that's amazing. I didn't know you need to talk about your Xbox more on your channel, mate. I mean, when I full set this, I'll literally be jumping for joy. I'll be fully clothed. Don't get me wrong. I won't be waving my tackle around, but I'll be super excited for doing that. I don't want to do it as a race, if you know what I mean, but I can't wait till I do it, if that makes sense. Well, like 5 games on PS4 over November must still have been reasonable. Collectible. That's really good. Excuse me. Bad day. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm so tired. This heat's done me. That's really good. If there's only 5 games that are over £100 on PS3, I would probably say that anyone collecting for PS3 right now wants to get them now, because that's crazy. God, I wish PS1 was like that. Just got Wave Warrior 4 for €50, 30 plus 20 for shipping of that. PS3 games, even the most expensive, you can still find a good deal on it. Yeah, I mean, the best thing with PS3, unless you're OCD with it like me, with manuals and stuff, the more modern gaming, like PS3 onwards, they don't really need the manuals because you always get tutorials in games. But I'm a manual; I have to have manuals anyway. But no, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, rated R Bebop Arcade. I hope I got that right, mate. Misadventures of Trombone, 70 quid on eBay in 2017. Jammy, jammy, jammy sausage. I saw a copy of it on Vinted a couple of days ago. I think the seller wants £400 for it. If I was a rich man, I'd have had this finished already by now. But yeah, some of the games are so ridiculously priced. Well, that's great. 70 quid, you sausage. Pronounced it perfectly, and yeah, I think Hell Knight is about 206. Yeah, I noticed they never have it in stock. I mean, when I was using CEX, I put all the rarer stuff on my favorites list and put them all as alerts in case they ever came in. But I've never got an alert for it. But I don't even have the app on my phone anymore. I don't use CEX to that degree anymore. But I'm probably going to have to bite the bullet and probably spend what is it be on eBay 400 quid plus, no doubt. I'll put it on my list for Christmas. I'll give it to my missus and I'll say I want this expensive ass game for my Christmas. Once you finish your collection, what are you finishing next? PS3, PS2. That itch to collect never goes. Private Wayno. PS3 is 100% because it's my second favorite console. Once I've finished this, I'll hit the PS3 harder. I mean, at the minute, I still pick a few up now and again, but yeah, the PS3 I'll hit for sure once I've done this. I did also consider PS4 as well, but I think I've got about 50 PS4 games, and I don't really want any more because I don't like the modern stuff so much. But yeah, in fact, what I'll do is I'll finish the PS1, I'll attempt to do the PS3, and then it'll just be games as and when that I pick up. I won't actively hunt for. I hate using that term, hunting as well. Actively search for full set in another system because there's just so much shite on most systems. There's a lot of shovelware and filler titles that. I mean, the worst part on, say, for example, on the PS1, I've got FIFA 96 to 2005, which is not too bad. But then on PS4, there's loads on that. On PS3, there's quite a few. I think it was 08 to 19. So there's like 11 FIFA games alone. So there's just going to be a lot of trash titles bulking out the collection. So yeah, after PS3, that's it. I won't full set any more systems. That'll be me done. God, my bloody screen on here again. I have Godzilla on PS4. I got in early though. Oh, Luke, and the Killzone trilogy as well. That's ridiculous. Well done on that. I guess. I mean, I'd love to have that foresight where I could look at a game and go, I think that'll be expensive in future. I'll pick that up now. I mean, the only time I think I've done that is what I got recently, the Lunar Collection. Apparently, it's an Amazon exclusive here in the UK. So with that in mind, I feel like this may go up in value in the future. But I don't really have the foresight to pick up certain titles now and go, yeah, that'll be pricey in the future. I wish I did, because then I'd probably be a lot richer than I am. Last night I used my drink eBay tactic. My monitor's just done it again. Hang on, let me get back to that. eBay purchased the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, then immediately through impatience. But oh, Daniel. Yeah, I've got the Pixel Remaster. It's upstairs. It's sat in a box upstairs because all my PS2, 3, 4, 5 games are all just in these big boxes, stacked one on top of another upstairs. Because I just haven't got the room at the minute until I kit out my loft, if I get round to doing it. I do plan on it, but it's really expensive to do it, so patience, I guess. But yeah, I've got the Pixel Remaster, but I've done a similar thing with what game was it? Gran Turismo 7. When that first came out, I bought the physical disc online, but for some reason it said it was like not going to arrive for like 6 days. So then I bought the digital version. So now I own Gran Turismo 7 twice. Like an idiot, I guess. But yeah, I assume the Pixel Remaster for Final Fantasy 1 won't have been too expensive though, right? A tenner, maybe? I'm just guessing here. I could be way off. The drinking eBay tactic. I love that, Daniel. I really do. That's amazing. Goldie, I'd recommend anyone going for a full set to purchase expensive first. Yeah, for sure. If I'd have known at the time when I started doing this, I'd have probably targeted getting that Cindy's Fashion World first. Because it's a bloody expensive game and it's rare. But yeah, I reckon for me personally, that game will end up being the last game I get. I might get lucky and it might not be, but yeah, definitely makes sense to go expensive first and work your way down, even if the expensive ones are dogger. I'm trying my hardest to get Killzone Trilogy, but I'm impatient. Lornus, do they not have that available at CEX, the Killzone Trilogy? I mean, is it even rare? I have no idea. I mean, and didn't they also sell? Now, this is a question I really need to know the answer to of this, because my OCD would do this, by the way. With the Killzone Trilogy, obviously it's one bundle that contains all 3 games, but didn't they also release Killzone 1 separately on its own? Because I know obviously they did 2 and 3, but did they release 1 on its own separately? Because then if they did, my OCD would buy the box set of 1, 2, and 3 and 1, 2, and 3 separately. Are you planning on doing that, or are you just going to go for, say, get the trilogy and then you're done, you've got all 3? I'm curious to know what your perception of that I do with collecting is. So like for me, for example, I've got the Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition there, which contains all the GTAs on the PS1, but I've also got all the GTAs separately as well. Where am I at? How many PS1 games you rate since CEX don't stock? I think on their system they've got about 900. I think on their system. Last I looked, it was around there. Because if you just look on there and don't click the in stock or the availability tab, it does tell you. If you just click, like for example, you just type in PS1 games and hit enter. On the side, it should tell you the quantity. I think it's around 900, but there's a lot of games they don't stock, obviously. But yeah, I think it's about 900 they do, so it'll be about 500 and odd that they don't. Where am I up to? I'm sorry, I'm really slow at reading comments. It's not my forte. Command and Console, you're right, Jason. How are we doing, mate? Sorry, I got to your comment a bit slow. I bet you posted that bloody ages ago, didn't you? But how you doing, mate? You good? Oh yeah. Full set and doing NTS exclusive now. I'm at roughly 920. What, Goldie? So have you actually? You've got the full set on Xbox? Then yeah, full set and doing NTS. Oh, how many NTSC exclusive Xbox games is there? Well, that's amazing. If you full set at the OG Xbox, you need to talk about this more on your channel, because that's a great achievement, man. I didn't even know you'd done it yet. That's amazing. I mean, I don't even know how many OG Xbox games there is, let alone bloody know what they are. I knew you had a problem with a certain CX and that went into the same store. They Mortal Kombat on PS1, but with the MGS demo. Oh, Dillsville. I'm sorry if I get that wrong. Yeah. Is it Lisbon, the one in Ireland, the Lisbon store? I'm pretty sure it's that one, if I remember rightly. So someone's had them over by putting in. Hang on. Wait, let me just have a look at this. Let me find where Metal Gear Solid is. One sec. So they've got loads of copies of that's been the demo, but as the game. That's crazy. Someone's had them over big time. It's funny that someone's done that, but I'd be super pissed at that store even more if I didn't already have Silent Hill and I ordered it and it came from there and it was the demo. I'd be really pissed at that. But someone's had them over anyway. I'm sure it was Lisbon. But that's amazing. I can't believe it. I hope you're doing well. One of my favorite PS1 games is Wild. Wild? Do I have that? Bear with me. Let me just check if I've got that game. Wild. I've got a game called Wild 9, Wild Arms, and Wild Rapids. Is it Wild 9? You mean there, Jason? It's I don't even know a game called Wild. 1 second. See, this is my my geekiness here. Look, so I've got my little printout list there, and in my most recent video, I completed all the numbered games. So as you can see, every single game with their product code there, the SLES numbers, as well as the full listing and the languages that it comes in. Let me just see if Wild is in here. As if it is, I haven't got that. WI Wild. You might mean Wild 9 or Wild Arms, one of those two. Wild 9, I think. There's no Wild in my list. If it does exist as just a game called Wild, I may have a incomplete list. Murder Aliens. I'm pretty sure that's Wild 9, no? I haven't, it's been so long since I've played it. Yeah, yes, I've just seen that comment on my phone there, Wild 9. Yes, I actually have that one. I can't get it. I do have it. It's up there. I can't reach it without standing up again, and I'm a bit old. My legs are not feeling it today, but I do have it. I don't think I've played it for a while though. You're redacting some messages, Dillsville. What's this about, man? The last 2 games for Xbox had a reminders for over 3 years and never got a notification. I assume Goldie on CEX he meant that, because every time I put a game, I've done it before where I've put a game on my alerts for notifications, and then I've just took like a wild gander at looking on the app, and I've seen the game I wanted, but I've not got a notification, but then it sells before I have a chance to buy it, or I buy it, and then I get a notification the following day. CEX's notification system doesn't exactly work very well, does it? From what I've gathered, anyway. Sam the Madman, how we doing, my man? What's the top 3 games on PS3 that give you fond memories? I'm going to do this without saying Call of Duty, because I spent most of that generation playing Call of Duty, but Modern Warfare 2, I can't not say, because that's the best Call of Duty in my opinion. That one, God, PS3 games. The Uncharted series, I really enjoyed them, and Dead Space, the first and second ones, shit your pants scary. But I did complete those games, and that's good going for me personally. As someone who doesn't like horror, I shit my pants really easy, and yeah, the Dead Space games scared the living crap out of me. I think more so the second one, when that necromorph that follows you around. Oh God, my bloody comments are going all over again on here. Sorry, bear with me. My comments on my screen here have just disappeared on me again. There we go. Xbox shovelware is club footballs. There's loads. Yeah, them club footballs the same on PS2. There's like the like Galatasaray and Juventus ones are quite expensive. I think there's a France one. Is it Lyon, which is ridiculously expensive as well. But didn't they release 2 sets of those games? I think was it 2003 and 2005. I could be wrong, but I'm sure I've seen different versions of the same team. Like I think I've seen an Arsenal, but it's 2 separate years. 400 quid for trombone game. Yeah, I wouldn't. If I was ever going to spend that sort of money on a game, it would need to be immaculate and never have been cleaned. If it's ever been through a disc cleaner, a game of that price, it's an instant no from me. Just because the PS1 data layer disc, if you look at a PS1 disc profile on, it kind of, bear with me, I'll try and do the best. I'm not artistic here, so bear with me. But see, this is the worst picture you'll ever see. But like, imagine that's the PS1 disc. I mean, that little lip I've put out is a bit too much, but the disc has like a little step at the top and a step at the bottom. If that step at the bottom is flush with the bottom of that little lip, that is the data layer. That basically, let's see if I can make more sense there. So that if it's level with that bottom of that lip there, that's the data layer. So if there's no step on the bottom of the disc, it's been obliterated through a machine and it's probably knackered. So I know what I'm looking for in that sense. So I know it'll have never been through a cleaner before, or if it has been through a cleaner, you know what I mean? But yeah, I won't spend that sort of money on a game that's been put through a machine, just because I don't want to run the risk of it falling apart. I got all horror PS3 games cheaply, so I dodged a massive future bullet on that. Yes, you did, because Silent Hill Downpour is now, what, 80 quid? I think last time I saw that price, it was like 50 quid. And then that's probably 50 quid too much for Silent Hill Downpour. But I'd imagine, what's it bloody called? Siren Blood Curse is that's only going to get more expensive, because originally it was a digital download game only, and then it got a small release on disc. So I would say that will probably be the most expensive eventually. There's probably more for all I know, but I'm not quite clued up on PS3 pricing. Picked up the HD collections. Yes, the PS3's HD collections are going up in price, ridiculously so. Ratchet and Clank, is that about 50 quid now? I mean, I know the Tomb Raider one's the cheapest, and I think, is it Prince of Persia or Hitman is the second cheapest. But yeah, the Ratchet and Clank and I want to say Jak and Daxter and Sly are quite expensive. Can't remember what other HD ones there is. Let me know if there is more than ones I've already said. I have to run. My friend, thanks so much for 11 minutes of call. So thank you, PSX Arsenal, and it's been great that you dropped in to say hello, my friend. Yeah, I'll catch you again in my next one. I will probably do another one after this, and maybe in about 2 weeks towards the end of the month, and then I'll do it like once a month thing, just to say hello and chat, really. But enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. I will say that. I almost forgot. I apologize. Private Wayno, your missus has gaming knowledge like you. I always joke, if anything happened to me, my missus would flog my entire collection and consoles for cheap. I'd have to haunt her. Private Wayno, yes, my missus is really clued up, if I'm honest. My wife, she collects all the Marvel and DC stuff. So I'll have to take a picture of it and post it on my post section on here. But she has all of the Marvel games from PS1 up to the modern day. And then now she's starting to get all the Marvel games pre-PS1. But she's got friggin' loads. And she's got loads of DC ones as well. I mean, she's got Marvel games on PS1 that I don't even have. Like, let's just say Children of the Atom. That one, the X-Men one. I haven't got that one yet, but she has, and she won't put them on my collection. They're on a separate collection upstairs, so kind of two PlayStation collections going along together, if you know what I mean. But yeah, my missus is super clued up. I've told her if anything happens to me to just box this stuff up and put it in loft. and let our little one, she's 4 at the minute, so when she gets older, let her do what she wants with them when she gets older. It's just a way to secure some funding for her future, I guess. Goal 2. My full set I started purchasing over 30 years ago was Neo Geo. Well, you've got a full set for Neo Geo as well? Jesus, man. I know you said your house is full of games, but what is it, every room? Just games everywhere? I mean, I think that'd drive me crazy just with cleaning all dust off, if I'm honest. First Killzone game in the trilogy has a don't sell separately on the box, so I'm guessing the game only came in the trilogy box. Right, but do CEX sell Killzone 1 separately from the trilogy? I've no idea if they do, because it's not something I've looked at, but I assume they do. And if they do, would that not basically mean that, even though it's not technically 2 SKUs, would it mean there's 2 SKUs to that degree? I don't know, but my OCD would have to buy the individuals and the box. It's just how it is for me personally. It's been out of stock for a few weeks now. I don't think HD got some release, but I think there are no copies of the trilogy on eBay either. Damn, has it gone rare, this trilogy? I think it's probably because of collectors, right? I mean, I know there was one collector, I can't remember his name. I saw something on Instagram. He bought the trilogy, but the standard disc, I think it was the Killzone 2 disc in it or something, as Killzone 1. I'm not sure. I don't tend to watch a lot of PS3 stuff per se. That's just because I'm trying to focus on PS1. Bear with me. I've just seen my screen jolted then for some reason. Apologies if it did on your end. Killzone trilogy has the potential to go down in price if Sony release them, which is possible. I kind of agree with what you're saying there, Birdie, but the one possibility I have with the prices coming down is, will it really though? Because Bloober Team and Konami recently announced that they're remaking Silent Hill 1 like they did with Silent Hill 2. But since they did that, Silent Hill 1's gone up in price. Might come down in price in the future long term, I guess. I don't know, but I think sometimes when they announce remasters, it kind of drives the price up of the originals, if you know what I mean. I could be wrong and I could be looking at it completely different. What the hell? CEX sell the trilogy for 105, but the first game on its own for 110. That's ridiculous. Why? Why is one game £5 more than all 3 games? That don't make bloody sense, right? Or am I looking at that wrong? Or does that not make sense? That don't make sense to me anyway. Dillsville, I did look at the what you're saying there, picking up the original PS3 model. It is something I considered, yes, but the problem is the old fat PS3s, they're a ticking time bomb. They're not reliable, and to keep one working, you pretty much need to disassemble it and re-thermal paste it, change the hard drive, change the disk drive. Because I remember when the PS3 first came out, I had the 60 gig model, the backwards compatible one, and in the space of 1 year, I had more than a dozen of them. Because if it wasn't the disk drive failing, it was the hard drive failing. And if it wasn't either of them, it was the yellow light that I kept getting. So realistically, I won't touch one of the old fat PS3s. I get what you mean about it upscaling though, but I did try that recently with a PS2 with a SCART to HDMI adaptation, because I know you can smooth up the PS1 games there, and it don't really make all that much different. And I don't really want to play PS1 games on a HD TV because it just makes the pixels look bigger and sharper, so it kind of ruins the whole image. I'm just going to try and stick to CRT for the older stuff, to be honest. Hey, Bebop. The Foresight, mate. Mine was Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold, both completed 35. 210 quid for them. is the Soul Silver and Heart Gold the one what comes with that stupid little Pokey Walker thing? What's like what do you call them? Oh, I forget what the cyber pet things. What was the proper word? Tamagotchi. Is it like that? Is that the one that came with them? Because I remember you could just cheat that thing where it's supposed to count your steps, and you could literally put it on a keyring and spin it round on your finger, and it'd count that as steps. I remember doing that on one of those. Is that the ones what came with them? And if you got them at that price, and that's the price of them now, fucking score that is, mate. I have Killzone HD, but it's not. It has not to be sold separate on it. Why would anyone sell it separately from the 3-disc set? Now this is something what, as collectors, I couldn't do it personally, but I remember a lot of CEX are guilty of it. They chuck boxes away or the slip covers. I saw one in the bin when I was in there earlier for the Steelbook version of Perfect Dark. Is it on the Xbox 360? The sleeve bit, they just binned it because there was a sticker on it, an old Game Station sticker, and they couldn't be asked to take it off, so they just binned the whole sleeve. I assume that what happened with the Killzone trilogy, if it's 3 separate Blu-ray cases in one box, when it was new, someone will have bought it and threw the box away. I would imagine that's how that came about. But that drives me mad as a collector. No, don't chuck slipcovers or cardboard away. Keep it. That's crazy. Limited edition release with a PS3. Oh god, where oh yeah, Killzone trilogy, I get you. What, it came with a PS3? That'd be a good bundle set to have, to be fair. It wasn't available on retail, hence it's expensive. Ah, I get it. But for a tenner, 10 years ago, £10 years ago. Yeah, I'm really bad at reading, I'm so sorry. Wild 9 is one of the few adventure games left on the PS2 that is definitely good and cheap to get. Wild 9's on PS1, Birdie? Or is there a sequel on PS2? Or did they make it on both? I'm not sure. Yes. Wild 9, it was a typo, just finished work, mate. My bad. Jason, don't worry about it, mate. I've been not with it all day. And so much so that I've done it again. I've pressed something on my bloody screen here and it disappears. Sorry, I'm so technically inept, it's ridiculous. Rising Zan is also another favourite. No, yeah, that's on the PS1. That's quite a rare game. I don't seem to find it very often. I mean, I haven't got it yet. I'm trying to get it. So I've got a list of about 50 games that I want to get ASAP. And yes, the expensive ones are on there, and then there's a few other certain ones, and then that's on my list. Yeah, Lisbon CEX. Girlfriend lives there, so I'm always looking. They have with manual PS1 games with manuals so badly water damage they don't even open. When I asked the stuff, they said, well, technically it has the manual. Yes, this is something I noticed before. This was a while ago. I walked into one of my local CEXs, and they had a copy of Croc. I mean, it's not rare, but I had a copy of Croc. They had a copy of Croc, sorry, and it was with manual. But when I asked to look at it, the manual was water damaged and all the pages were basically glued together. And I said, you can't sell that as with manual because I can't read the manual. And that, they said the same to me. The manual's there. It's just they don't differentiate whether it's got water damage or not for some stupid reason. But yeah, I ended up buying it from elsewhere in the end. But yeah, that's just ridiculous that they can sell water damage manuals. It's just crazy to me that if I was in a game shop and I got a game in with a water damage manual that you couldn't read, I'd just bin the manual and say that's a without manual price. That's the logical step. As much as it would pain me to bin it, that's kind of what you have to do with it. There ain't no fixing that, is there? Do I keep it, Peter? That's a great question. Do I keep track of how much I paid for future reference? Yes, I do. If I've got a receipt, for example, it goes in every single case. The receipts do. And if it doesn't, I don't have a receipt for whatever reason. If it was, say, like through Vinted, I literally write it on a scrap of paper and chuck it in the case. It's my little OCD, but it is a great idea. So then, because all these games are constantly going up in price, so I feel like it's a good way of keeping track of what I did or pay for it at the time. Some of them I haven't written dates on though, which I probably should have done with all of them in hindsight. Because the same in different years. Yeah, same team in different. Yeah, them bloody football games, man. It's ridiculous. But I mean, how many of them football games did they release with the teams? So I know there's Man United, Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea. I want to say, did they get one? And then there's obviously all the foreign teams. How many of those games individually for the teams were they released? Because that would mean, let's say for example, if they released 20 and then they released 20 again for a different year, that's like 40 of the same bloody game, right? That's insane. Yeah, SBC was only disc import and JP Morgan was probably exploding price. Oh yeah, Siren Blood Curse. Yeah, when the PlayStation 3 store shuts, I know those games. I think there's a game called Fat Princess, Pain. I know that one. There's Tokyo Jungle. I can't remember what the other ones are, which were PSN games. But yeah, as soon as they announced the closure of the store, those prices of them games is just going to go stupid, like it did with the Xbox 360. It'll be no different. Sorry if you've covered this, but how's the PS1 pickups going now that you are boycotting CEX? That's an interesting, Trevor. So you got 9 yesterday, which is great. Well, not Trevor, that is a great position on or question from you there. I'm actually doing all right now. I'm not using CEX because I'll be honest. I found myself going out and about, spending my time looking for things to take to CEX to trade. I'm not doing that now, so I've got more free time to spend with my family, and that time you don't get back, and it's priceless, right? So yeah, now I'm finding I'm less stress with having to deal with CEX, less fuel usage because I'm not driving to places then going to CEX. So yeah, I'm actually enjoying not using CEX now. If I'm passing when I'm in an area, I'll walk into a shop, but if they haven't got anything I want within that shop, then I'm done. I'll leave. I won't use their online system no more, and I won't be trading with them no more. But yeah, I'll still buy some if they've got it in store and I can see it with my own eyes. Because the amount of stress they were giving me when I'd order a game off of their website, it turns up and it's absolutely obliterated. I have to take that back, and then they don't give me any reasons as to why they thought it was acceptable to send shite out to people. I'll never understand how they do that and get away with it. Basically, it's like the whole printing covers and stuff. I'm pretty sure there's legal or legalities to that, but I'm not quite versed in that, so I can't say for sure. Trademark laws or something, right? Are you looking for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Oh, freaking! I was just reading. Yeah, it's that. Because there's a mint copy in a place called Fast Cash in Colville, Leicestershire. Sam the Madman. If you live in that area, right, and they want 300 quid for it, if you live in that area, see if you can go in and get a contact number and see if they'll send it out online, if it's or let me so I can speak to someone there so I can see it. I mean, for me, Colville, Leicestershire's hours away. I'd rather not have to drive, but that's a good price for that, really. So if you live in that area, please send me their details or something so I can get in touch with them. What is it called? Fast Cash. Let me write this down. Fast Cash Colville. I'll try and ring these tomorrow if I can find a contact detail. Thank you very much for that heads up, because that's a good price for that. And I do want that game. It's it's on my list of get ASAP games, to be fair. All right, where am I at? Okay, wait just a minute. I've got 3 kids, but I make sure they're not burning their house down. Private Wayno, enjoy the rest of your evening, man. I mean, it's 8:10, and I'll be coming off this soon anyway. I've been at it 2 hours, and I want to get some food and chill out for a bit. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, buddy. Thank you for dropping in. Rated Bebop. Yes, the Pokewalker. That's what it was called. That daft little Tamagotchi thing. But yeah, have you still got the outer box for it all as well? Because I'm pretty sure I saw on CEX a while back that if you're trading it in, the game and the Pokewalker, it has to have that outer box as well for some reason. Sound any... Take opportunity to ask us to figure it out. What's the tattoo on your right hand index finger? Left hand? Right, hang on, gentlemen of games, mate. Right hand index finger. I don't know which finger's the index. I'm so sorry. I know this is a bit daft, but I'll show you what I've got. Anyway, that is the Borderlands symbol, the Vault symbol. These I had done when I was 19, and so don't give me jip for this. I'm 41 now, and I keep meaning to have them blacked over, but they were the PlayStation symbols. That one's just really faded. On this hand, it's Final Fantasy X. It's the pendant Tidus in the game wears, and that absolute shower of shit is, or was till it kind of all just formed into one giant blob, is Decepticons from Transformers. So yes, don't hate my shit tattoos. I'm sorry, but I haven't had any modern tattoos for tattoos for a long time, so they don't exactly look great these days. But it's great. I'm glad you've dropped in, a gentleman in games, because I know you refuse to tell people your name, but I think I caught someone in one of your comments that mentioned your name. If he was right, your name's only 3 letters, right? If it is, amazing. I know your name now. Hi mate, I was in CX today and I feel it's turned into an electronic shop with games. Really not that much to offer. Jody, I'm glad you've said this, because I noticed in the CX when I was in earlier, they've got loads of bloody board games in now. Like, they've got one of their glass cut cabinets is entirely board games. I didn't know they started selling and like to that degree with board games. I thought it was all just going to be an online thing, but yeah, they got loads of board games now, and they've started going down the what the bloody hell they call hair straighteners and hair dryers. They started to sell. Why? See, since when does CEX need to be selling hair dryers and straighteners? That never makes sense. Never will make sense to me. Jesus. Hi, cool to catch you live. Oh, Random Seb, hello. Even though I'm late, just screw your channel a few days back. I'm very jealous for your collection. How many have you got so far? I'm currently at the point where I'm starting to get to where all the games are expensive. I'm on 918. So it's a long old slog and it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge. I'm enjoying it. So you should too. But yeah, thank you for joining us, mate. I picked up the best of PlayStation Network when I was from eBay. Sound Shapes and Vikings. What they released it? They released Lucas the Blade, mate. You get it? That's some. I'm pretty sure Tokyo Jungle on its own is really expensive, but if you've got all of them together like that, that's probably quite a valuable purchase, right? I've just seen your comment, gentlemen of games there. Good to meet you. I'll get to it in a second, sorry. But yes, it's on my left hand. Yes, got everything, mate. Inner box, outer sleeve. Ah, nice. Keep them Pokemon things. Put them in I had something similar. Put them in boxes like this, these sort of boxes, and put some of them daft little silica gel sachets in there so you never get moisture. Stick them in your loft and leave them up there for a few years. They'll only appreciate in value. Wait till they're about £1 each. I'll have a word next time I'm in there. I haven't been there since end of last year. Hopefully same or close to the same price. Good luck. Oh, thank you, Sam. I'll have a look and see if they've still got it. If they have, ideal. If not, then I'll wait for another time down the line, I guess. But I'll see if I can find them anyway. Thank you for giving me rough the name and the location. I like the PlayStation board towers. Don't think have them blacked out. Daniel, see, I liked them too, but since I was younger, I've grown quite a bit since I was younger. So they were quite small, but now if you look at them, they just look stretched. So if I stretch close my fist, you see they just go all weird. They never used to do that, but they've kind of blown out, which means I did want it myself, but I was thinking about having them blacked over and then redone in white, but smaller again, if that makes sense. But I liked it too until they just started going all blown out. So if you haven't got tattoos on your fingers, I strongly recommend don't have it done, because they all blow out and they all look like this. Look at it, it just looks like a blurry mess. It was pristine that at one point, not so much anymore. Sorry, left hand Transformers tried to figure it out in a few vids. Yeah, you should have just asked, mate. Honestly, I mean, I've covered in tattoos. Some of them, most of them, even are shite. But I've got a few good ones. I've got the Alien Queen on my back. Maybe I'll show you that another time. But it's full back piece of the Alien Queen from the Alien movies. But good to meet you too, now, mate. Now I know your name. I'm sure you thought of this, but why not get the missus to trade in your pickups on account of their name? No 20% knockback. No, that's true, Trevor. I did think about it, and I will tell you the truth on this one. We did try it out once. We used, twice. We went in to the shop once, and I had a few bits, and we just used her card. Then the staff threatened to ban me from the shop and to block my account and my wife's account, because I was there with them, with my missus when she did it. She had to sign the little slip, but they threatened to ban my account and hers and ban me from the shop altogether because I had found a loophole around their BS system that they do. And we also tried the drop and go system, and again I got threatened with having my account blocked, and getting banned. So CEX don't like people finding loopholes in their own rules they make up. So yeah, I'd screw them. I'm not bothering with them anymore. I don't want to take my business to them Muppets anymore. But yes, I did think about it anyway. Would games from Australia style counterpart? Yes, Birdie, they do, because they are, pal. The only difference with Aussie games and UK games or European games is the age rating on the front. That is literally it. No different. Same game, other than that. I think I have one, actually, somewhere. I can't remember what it is, though. I'll have a look through them and show you on the next time I'm on a video. But I've got one Australian game. But yes, it's still PAL. But as for buying them from Australia, they're a bit more expensive, I think. Well, what my experiences from seeing things on eBay, they seem to be a lot more expensive than UK ones. Well, if I find a cheap one and it's a good deal, then I might buy an Australian version eventually. I've just passed the nice 100 mark at 101 games. Started actually collecting more at the start. I was just getting games with nostalgic value and general good games. If you've got no reason to stop, just keep going. I have done. I probably should do a proper count of all the rest of my games, but all I know is I've got like 300 PS3 and the 918 on this stuff. But yeah, it's like I said before, it's just a sickness at this point now. It's an addiction. I love to go out and do stuff, and I love coming home with new games. Who doesn't, right? A minute, I'm trying to get game number 1. Oh, on PS1, you mean like the SLES codes on the side, like that one, for example, 0 to 100. If that's what you mean, that's some challenge, that. Because I think Rapid Reload is in that frame, and that's an expensive ass game, and I don't even have it yet. A minute. Yes, 1,000 for a Pokemon game. Mate, if you're not going to play those Pokemon games, rated R Bebop Arcade. I hope I'm getting your name, saying it right. If you've got no reason to play them, and they're not particularly on some sort of display per se, stick them in a box with a silica gel sachet which absorbs all the moisture, so they'll never get moisture damaged. Stick them in your loft for a few years. If you're young enough, Jesus, they'll only appreciate in value. Realistically, it's what I plan. Once all this is completed, I'm gonna hopefully have my loft converted, and they'll stay up there. But I'm not gonna ever get rid of these. I won't get the full set and then go, right, I'm downselling, I'm downshifting them. I won't do that. and I'm not seeing them as an investment either, but rainy day and all that jazz, why not? It can't hurt, right? If you've got Soul Silver and the gold one, aren't they both the exact same game anyway? So you could keep one and sell the other at some point down the line. Maybe, just a theory. Happiest rogue, thumbs up. Girthiest rogue, the girthiest rogue of them all. Yeah, those codes. Rapid reload, yeah, rapid reload is a big one. Yeah, there's a, I think, is it Trondon or Clock Tower? I think's in that frame as well. There's a couple of really expensive ones. I mean, oh no, I was going to say Gex, the first Gex, but it's 133. That's quite an expensive game. But yeah, there's a few that are really pricey in that range. So I'd look at what codes they are all first, like Google the SLAS codes, so you can kind of get a rough idea of what it's going to cost you to get them all. I learned about that fast cash because Retro Ghetto was getting bangers after bangers there early to mid last year. They have 4 around that county. I live an hour away, so don't go there too often. Right, I get you. I don't watch him, to be fair. Mostly because he's a SNES collector, right? And I'm not really interested in anything Nintendo, to be honest. So I don't tend to watch many Nintendo collectors. But yeah, I don't. His channel, I've watched a few of his videos, but I don't really think his content takes my interest, if you know what I mean. I've got to head off, but I'll keep checking your vids. It's getting inspiration to collection. Should look on the hunts. Cheers from Sweden. Random Seb, thank you for dropping by, my friend, and enjoy the rest of your day. I mean, I'll be knocking off on this in a bit anyway. I've been at it for nearly 2.5 hours, and I need to get some food. Dan, how are we doing, my friend? Calling me Barry still? I blame you, Goldie, for this, because the Barry name seems to be going nowhere, even though I haven't used it myself in a long time. But I don't mind. My name ain't Barry, but I don't mind being calling it. I mean, hell, call me whatever you bloody want, just be nice. Mate, you are getting there, 918. I found some residue on one of my game's outer edges. Tell me cleaner and not rot. Right, Jody, if you've got residue on the outer ring of your game, just use a bit of tissue, a bit of saliva, and wipe it. If it comes off, it's probably just disc cleaning residue. But if it, in regards to disc rot, let me just grab a disc and see. So what? Like this game, it's not got any of them issues, but you'd find like your disc rot would come across like cloudy, like a cloud, like just a random weird patch would be like on the face of the disc like that. So it might look like, I don't know, like a cloud, like literally with weird non-uniform shape to it. That's when it's disc rot. And if you hold it up to the light like that, you should only see a blue ring that goes around that little ring there. That should be all you see. But if you see more than that blue, then your disc's knackered. So if it's just around that edge, that outer ring there, it's probably just cleaning residue. Here we go. Formula 1 2000 can get in there. Where we at? Sorry, I'm back. I left that an hour ago. Yeah, I'm still live, but I'm calling it a day soon. 2.5 hours is some going in it, really. And I'm hungry, so I'm going to get off in a bit. Get some snack, Barry. I will be doing, Goldie, you get for calling me Barry, you, mate. Yeah, I'm going to have some food in a bit, mate. Evening, mate. Evening up. Hey, Pixel Paul is in the house. How we doing, Paul, mate? You good? You been up to much? Is it okay if I ask my question again? Because I didn't get to hear your response when I left. Go for it, Lyndon, mate. Ask me anything. As long as it's PC. Mark, how we doing, my man? You are one of my big adders to this collection here, my friend. Anybody who's been watching my videos, and I've mentioned Mark Camacho, this guy here, he's the one who's been sorting me out with some excellent games and prices on this stuff through Vinted. Check his Vinted out. He's got loads of stuff for sale too. Enjoyed Enjoyed having the live stream in the background while I clean a few games up. Mark, man. I hope you don't mind keeping on to those PS1 games for me a little bit. I've just got some sales processing. You got any more PS1 games, by the way? Because I'm steaming to that 1,000 by end of year target. Thanks, mate. You're welcome, Jody. Honestly, not everybody knows how Disrupt presents on PS1 games. I mean, with the silver-backed games like PS2, 3, 4, Xbox, all that, it's really easy to see because it looks like a little coffee stain, I could describe it as, on those. But on PS1 discs, because of the ink they added to it, it's quite hard to figure it out. Less than 100 ago, so I finished my PS3 PAL collection. Question is, because the SingStar and Buzz variants. Which variants, Dan? Like the language variants, or you mean like the because the SingStar ones, there's like SingStar Poppets and Rock. Are they the variants you mean, or do you mean the language variants? Because if it's the genre variants, then yes, you should go for them too, because they are separate codes on the side of the spines, if you know what I mean. Could be worse. I nicknamed a woman at work Deirdre. She absolutely hates it, but everyone calls it Goldie. I used to call a woman at work Deirdre. There was Deirdre, Maureen, Mavis, and a few other like old lady names for some women that I used to work with years ago. I don't know what it is about us Northerners, but giving women the daftest names like Brenda. Is Brenda really your missus, or is it your dog, or is it just a name you've come up with again? I'm really curious. I was always wanting to ask you that one. What have I got here again? I've bought plenty of PS3 from Mark Camacho. Yes, Dan. This is the thing. Before I started my YouTube with this, I knew I'd bought loads of PS1 off him in the past too. And then when he commented on here before, he's like a big vintage seller of games, and I couldn't believe it that he watches my stuff as well as sells me stuff. So happy days, right? All good, mate. Would have been on earlier, but was watching Masters of the Universe with the boy. First time he's watched it. Hey, no, that's fine, mate, Paul. That's fine. Everybody, it's a rite of passage. Is that the right phrase? There's loads of those types of movies, right? So I totally get it, mate. Don't worry about it. When you were a trophy hunter, would you say you were addicted? I love getting trophies, but I love them a bit too much. My problem is when games don't have that many easy trophies, I get discouraged. Lyndon, yes, when I used to trophy hunt, I mentioned it, as I mentioned before, I actually platinumed some of the real shit games and some of the kiddie games like Hannah Montana the movie. I platinumed that for my sins. I'll be honest and open about it, but I think I've got like 172 platinums. I don't add to them very often anymore because I don't really bother anymore, but back in the PS3 days, I was very addicted to it. I even got the Sega Mega Drive PS3 game, and then I went on eBay and bought the American version, which was the Sega Genesis one, because it's the exact same game, but you can get the platinum trophy twice, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I was addicted to it for a while, but now I just can't be arsed. It's just if it's easy, if I'm playing a game and I might be like 1 or 2 trophies off a platinum, I'll go for it, but I don't actively search for the trophies anymore. I mean, I replayed Days Gone remastered recently. I just couldn't be asked after I'd finished story. I couldn't be asked to kill all that hordes because you don't need to, and I don't care for the trophies anymore. Maybe I'll go back to it one day though. Bear with me, sorry, I'm going to try and catch up to these comments again because I'm really rubbish at this. Where we at? Oh, there we go. Trying really hard to break out of that cycle. Yes, Lyndon. Best way to do it is just play some games that are rock hard or don't even have trophies at all, and then you'll be fine eventually. You'll get past the point of even giving a crap whether a game has them or not. Like, they ain't on this, and I love this stuff. I play this stuff more than any other game, and I'm not bothered about it no more. Although I did consider playing, is it Alone in the Dark New Nightmare on the PlayStation when I had PS Plus Premium, because it had a platinum trophy, but I just couldn't be arsed in the end. And that's straight up being honest with you there. That's why, yo, hi bud, how we doing, my friend? Hope you well. Lyndon, I got to a point where if games didn't have trophies, I didn't want to play. Yes, that's same with what happened with me. God, what game is it now? Folklore. That game is a great game, Folklore. But it never got a trophy patch. So it put me off finishing the actual game because there was no trophies in it. But I've recently gone back to it and replayed it. Great game. I really enjoyed it. And it didn't bother me that there's no trophies at all. Yeah, I genuinely reckon that once you get the full set, it'll be a bigger achievement than anyone I watch with these other YT content creators. You need a special stream for hitting that mark. Sam, when I get to that point, I'll probably basically, for example, there's 1,424 PS1 games or UK ones. If I get to 1,423, I will, the last game, if it arrives, parcel, whatever, however I get it, I won't pre-record a video to do it. I'll do it all on a live stream, because then I'll be fucking happy anyway for getting that many games and getting the full set. So yeah, I'll probably do something similar like that. Because I don't want to, like, I won't want to mark the fact that I've done that achievement by just going, here's a pre-recorded video. Look, yeah, I've got it. Boom. See you later. At least this way I can talk to you and you can talk to me a bit more personal, like, if that's the right phrase to use. But yes, I will do something like that in the future for sure. God, where's my bloody thing gone again? I am so sorry. I'm proper inept with technology here. You know, there's been a fair few collectors disappointed that. Yeah, screw these other collectors, mate. I'm the collector without blowing smoke up my own arse. But thank you for saving it me. I'll get it bought off you very shortly. But yes, sod these other people. Sell them to me. That's enough. It's bullshit that people think the Wii U full set is a big achievement when loads of people have done it. Sam, I agree with you, right? And I actually mentioned this. I can't remember if it was one of my own videos or someone else's in the comments. I can't remember. But I mentioned that collecting a full Wii U set's not an achievement, because I think the full Wii U set's what, like 200 games anyway? I mean, I could probably piss 200 games. And the Wii U, like you say, was a piece of shit. It was. The only game I ever played on it was Mario Kart, which I didn't like, and Zombie. And I thought it was trash because it was just overpriced, low-powered console. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who have full set of the Wii U, and I don't think it is an achievement because 200 games is not hard to come by, really. But I don't know. I just don't think I wouldn't consider that a thing to go yay about, because it's readily available and they're not exactly rare, are they? But I kind of agree with you on that, mate. Lyndon, is a real problem. Yeah, trophy hunting was platinum from Hannah Montana as he reaches for his pink sippy cup. This thing. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Look, when I needed a new water bottle, I broke mine when I was in town. I broke mine, I dropped it and broke the lid. And this was the only one I found in a shop. It's pink and yellow, all right. But yeah, yes, I platinumed Hannah Montana, but I could have hid it off of my list of games I've platinumed. I could have just selected the hide bit, but I will leave it there and I'll be openly, I'll admit it, you know, flaws and all. Where we at? I went 3 days ago and got the plat on PS4. Love that game. No, I really love it too, Luke. I keep saying Lucas because it's Lucas Ablade. I apologize, mate. But I enjoy it. I actually platinumed it on the PS4 during COVID. I did that. I really enjoyed it, but this time around, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but I just couldn't be bothered to platinum it. I don't care for trophies no more. I finished the story and a bunch of the side content, and I was like, I've seen all there is to see in the game, really. I probably will do it at some point, though. But yeah, I love that game too, and it didn't get enough praise, and it deserves it. Daniel. The pink sippy cup. It lives. Trust me, I'll keep that for a while until I break it. But then saying that, I dropped it and broke it, and I did some little engineering to fix the hinge on it. I keep dropping them. Love, I get it. Just finished Alone in the Dark No Nightmare on PS2. I'd never played the PS2 version, only ever the PS1 version. I'm only on 35 plats at the minute. Last two were Ragnarok and Hogwarts Legacy, which is surprisingly I loved. I didn't like God of War Ragnarok, if I'm honest. I platinumed the other God of War. Was it 28? Is it 2018 God of War? I got the platinum on that, but I didn't like God of War Ragnarok. I'll just tell it as it is, and I'll be honest and open. It was. How can I word this without it coming across as wrong? If you know who Sweet Baby Inc are, they got involved with God of War Ragnarok, and if you play it and you know what Sweet Baby Inc do as a consultancy company, you'll understand why. And basically, it's set in Norse mythology, and there was a character in it that was never Norse. There's no Norse people of that origin, and I don't want that to come across as me being weird or anything, but it broke the immersion of me being in the game, and I just couldn't get on with it. There we go. That word, the woke crap. It's got the woke crap in it, mate. I couldn't play it after that. But I've got Hogwarts Legacy as well, and I've not even put the disc in my PlayStation yet. And my comments are not working on my bloody screen again. Hang on. Bear with me. All right, here we go. Xbox achievements have never appealed to me, even though I unlocked some. When I had an Xbox, I think I only ever got 7 achievements, and that was it. And then my Xbox red lighted, so I've never been back to them. Yes, Xbox I've never bothered with, but there's something alluring about that plan. Yeah, the Platinum Trophy thing, it's like an extra well done for doing everything, isn't it? I know what you mean. It's dopamine hits. My prized possession in the PS1 set. That's a good question. Game, I'd say Symphony of the Night, purely because of its value. For me personally, I'd probably say the PS5 PlayStation 1 edition, or even just my box PS1s. I haven't really got other than the games per se, it's not really, I haven't really got a prized possession, but Symphony of the Night, it's just because of its value that makes it be prized, if you know what I mean. Someone's just messaged me and asking if I've got any CDs. Nope. Goldie, do you have any shovelware plats? That's to you, that one, Goldie. That's not to me. But I don't have any of them shovelware plats. Lyndon, yeah, quite a few. I enjoyed the games, a few indie style games. Have you got the Goldie? Have you got the platinum on the games where it's like Stroke the Cat or Stroke the Dog? And the one called Stroke the Dick? I'm pretty sure that'd be one you'd have a platinum on, just because I know how vulgar you are sometimes. There's the Mayo trilogy, and I think there's another one coming out soon. I've got the Mayo platinum. That's shovelware in it. So yeah, I do have some shovelware plats. So I lied about that. I'm sorry. I still have Zombie Sealed on PS4. I may play that after Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I'm not actively collecting for PS4, but Zombie is one of the games I want to get because I've heard it's better on the PS4 than the Wii U. But yeah, it's one of the few PS4 games I do want to get, mostly because I like zombie stuff. Goldie, Wii U sucks meat flute. I agree. I got one a while back from a charity shop. I paid £30 for it, and I took it home, tested it, cleaned it, and I sold it for 90 quid. All within 20 minutes, like literally got it home, cleaned it, listed it, gone. And the quickest turnaround of money ever. I was happy about that, but I have never took it upon me to want to actually engage with the system, as if that's the right phrase. Who was that American guy who full set the N64 and was trying to find just the Clay Fighter manual to complete the set for years, but no luck? He's final. Oh, I have no idea. I didn't even know that. See, that's the thing, Trevor, is that I don't watch many Nintendo collectors. Like I said a bit ago about I don't watch Retro Ghetto because he's a Nintendo collector, isn't he? So yeah, Nintendo's not something I care for, so I don't really follow many Nintendo collectors. I'll watch collectors that do multiple stuff, as it were. Like I know Pixel Paul, for example, he collects Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I watch him. Goldie, I think you collect Nintendo bits now and again. But I know last time I watched Retro Ghetto, he was trying to full set the SNES. No interest for me on that one personally. And I guess with 64, again, I'd have no real interest in it. Nintendo has just never been me, if you know what I mean. Where are we at? I got 86 plats and half of them are shovelware, and I'm working on fixing that because there's times where I want to make a new account because I hate shovelware. Whereas it's just trophies. If you don't want people to see the shovelware ones, just hide them, mate. Yes, people will probably question you like, oh, you've got 80 plats, but I can only see 10 games on your list. So yeah, you might get that, but just hide them if you're that bothered, or just don't do it again. But I know that trophy addiction's real because I've been there myself, mate. Just play some games that are easy plats like Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank, Chernobylite game I've been playing recently. That's an easy platinum. There's quite a few you can probably get, and then it'll push those, was it shovelware ones, lower down the list so you don't ever have to see them again. God of War Ragnarok does not really have the woke grab. Let's agree to disagree on that one because I know what there is that's in it. Oh my god. My bloody screen. It's fine. Microwave's done. Mort's Garage was... I'll write his name down and I'll check it out just for that last video, like you said. Mort's Garage. I'll write that down and check it out. Never heard of the Strokes. I don't know what you mean there, Goldie. You come out... Oh, the games. The shovelware PlayStation games that are literally you just tap a button or something and you get platinum trophies for it. And there's like Stroke the Hamster, Stroke the whatever animal, but one of them is Stroke the Dick. Play it. You might like it. I got the OG Ridge Racer plat last week. Only took an hour. Oh yeah, they re-released that, didn't they? Is it released physical and then it like expensive for what it is? I might get it down the line because I love the old school Ridge Racer. If they release Rage Racer like that, I'll definitely get that. An hour to platinum a game, that's crazy. Is it an easy platinum as well? Like, is it like just complete a race or something? I've just lost place. Hi mate, loving your channel and passion for PS1. Thank you, Meister. I hope I get your name right there. Thank you. It's my favorite console. Nothing comes close in my mind. The dawn of the 3D era. I was a young'un at the time. It's just stuck in my head. The pure nostalgia from PlayStation 1 will never go. The intro startup sound. It's one of those. It sounds really cheesy, maybe, but every time I hear that sound, it's like, oh, gives me a little chill down my spine. I love that sound. And if it doesn't invoke something in you, are you a gamer? It does me anyway. What's your best PS1 game that you've ever played and completed? Great question, and I will say this every single time. Future Cop LAPD. I cannot recommend that game enough to people. It is a fantastic game. If you don't know about it, it basically would have been called Future Strike, you know, like Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, Urban Strike. That's what it should have been. That should have been Future Strike, but for some reason, it didn't end up being called that and it got a different name. It didn't sell very well, but it is a fantastic game. And if it's not that, it's Vagrant Story. I have that also, but it's like down on the bottom here of the set, and I ain't breaking my back to get it. But yeah, Vagrant Story and Future Cop for sure. Are you going to buy the alternate cover for GTA 2? Shown by Kev. Yes, Meister, I am. I've actually got it listed for like, what is it? Wish listed. I've seen it loads. I will get it eventually. I'm in no rush, but yeah, because mine is the GTA 2 one there, and I want the Grand Theft Auto 2 one. But you know, it's variants in it. I've got the game. It is what it is for now. Tried to play Call of Duty on Wii U. Jeez, it kills the hands. How the hell do you play Call of Duty on the Wii U? Is it like on the Wii where you've just got to point the stupid bloody remote at the screen and you got to pretend you're holding a gun? I could never vibe with the gimmick of the Wii either. So I only ever played on the Wii Bowling. That was the only game I've ever played on the Wii Bowling, and it sucked, and I hated it, and I sucked at it. Okay, yeah, something like that. I thought about going. My bloody screen again has just jumped through comments. I'm sorry. I thought about going for a GameCube full set, but can't bring myself to have to buy the fodder. Hundreds of pounds. Most expensive is Gadget Racers for 650 quid. That is ridiculous. I mean, GameCube games. I don't know what is it with Nintendo? How did they hold the price? I mean, I never liked the GameCube either. I remember when it first came out, I traded in my PS2 that I had at the time, as I never really bothered with the PS2. I used it as a DVD player. I traded it in for a GameCube. I played Resident Evil. I played Mario Sunshine, and a friend of mine brought round the Smash Brothers game, and I was like, I actually turned the console off, took his game out, gave it him back, and I went and traded the GameCube in and got a PlayStation 2 again. So I'm just never been one for Nintendo at all. Where we are here. One spine says GTA 2 and the other Grand Theft Auto 2. Yeah, that's what I mean. Mine says GTA 2 and the other one says Grand Theft Auto 2. I will get it eventually. No rush right now, though. Started collecting for a couple of months ago and only got the Pearl White GC boxed in CX and X. I managed to build a collection of 30 games. That's good going, Sam. I mean, I don't really know. Again, I don't know enough about the GameCube to say what games are on it. But I know they're quite hard to find these days. And CEX bloody started doing all reprints for the GameCube games, right? So I imagine getting them from CEX, it ain't going to be easy either. All my Nintendo is import except Switch. That's another thing. I've never touched a Nintendo Switch. Never held one in my hands. Never played one. I've never even physically gone like that. Touched a Nintendo Switch. That's how, let's just say, Nintendo phobic I am. Let's just say it like that, shall we? Started collecting. I don't know. I'm sorry. I jumped over one there. 750 bloody quid on games. I can't really say anything about that. I do the same. I love the Neo Geo startup and GameCube. I don't even remember what the Neo Geo startup is like, Goldie, to be honest. I'll have to do a little YouTube after I finish this. The GameCube, is it the little tick with the cube thing moves around? I didn't like that personally, but I can get it why people did. They had PS2 Haunting Ground on release, sold it like an idiot, and got it back. 999 sale from the console batch shipment 2017. The game a couple hundred now. Well, good doing for that. I mean, I have no idea with PS2. My entire PS2 collection consists of a slim, a black, pink, and silver slim, 2 boxed black slims, a black and silver fat model, and some other shite, and about a dozen games for PS2. I'm just not a collector for PS2. I never vibed with it. I never got on with it. Honestly, when I had a PS2 back in the day, it was a DVD player. The only games I ever really played were Grand Theft Autos, Gran Turismos, and there was 1 or 2 other games that I played very, very briefly. Final Fantasy 10 and 12, I played them too. Ridge Racer is only digital. PS4 version is 12 quid. 6 trophies for 12 quid. If you're a trophy hunter, that's not... Well, then, what's that? 2 quid a trophy. It's not too bad. If it comes down in price, I'll probably get that Ridge Racer, but I don't like supporting the old digital lark. He says when I've already got digital games too, so I can't really hate on that too much without looking like an idiot, I guess. PS4 is 14. It's 21 trophies. Ah, that makes sense then. So you can buy the PS4 version, you could platinum that, and then upgrade it to the PS5 version and platinum that too, if that's your bag. Why is the PS4 version that only have 6 trophies when I don't get that. What's that about? I'm gonna get some gaming done. Cheers for the evening's entertainment. Daniel, no worries, my friend. I'm gonna get off soon anyway because it's nearly 9 o'clock. I've been at this nearly 3 hours, so I'll probably round it to 3 hours and then I'm out. I want to get food before I go to bed, and I normally go to bed at 9. Gold subscribe to you. I subscribe to you. We'll definitely be checking it out. Oh, that's to Goldie. Yeah, Goldie's stuff's great. I love his intro music. He's got some bars, let's say. God, where am I going here? £2.50 to update from PS4 to PS5. And trophies are basically complete every race mode. Ah, so you have to still pay to upgrade as well. Right, I get you. Favorite PS1 games are Panzer General, Civ 2, and F197. Raining Chuds. I like the name. Or is it no Raining Scuds even? I thought either way they're both cool, right? Panzer General, I don't have, but it's actually on its way. Someone on Vinted was selling it for like 2 quid complete. So I was like, yep, I'll buy that for 2 quid. Civ 2 and F1. Civ 2 I couldn't get into. I'm not a massive fan of the God Sim games. I usually some crap at them. But F197 is a great game. I haven't played that for a while. Wayne, I know you said before you had a modded PS1, so are you planning on getting any PS1 imports? Yes, Wayne, I am. And my name's Wayne also. Yes, I do plan on getting some imports. My number 1 target for PS1 import is Parasite Eve 1. The original Parasite Eve, because in the UK we never got it. And then there's like the Lunar series, and there's a few others. Can't remember them all off the top of my head, but yeah, I've got a list upstairs, I think. Sorry, I think there's about a dozen American PS1 games on there that I want to get imported. So it's just a matter of time, really. How many games are on the full set on PS1 games? How many? One of a kind. There is 1,424 UK PAL PS1 games. So I need 506 to complete the collection, and I've got more than 6 on the way in the mail. So by the time they arrive, I'll have them for my next video, I'll need less than 500. So I'm on the down slope, as it were, to getting them all. My best charity shop find, in terms of expenditure to value, I'd probably say Kingsfield on the PS1. It's worth 150 quid and it cost me 50 pence. But I've found all sorts at charity shops. Very recently, it's out in the hallway. I found the rock band. No, is it Guitar Hero? Sorry, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock band in a box. So it's got the guitar, a microphone, and the drum kit in the box. I paid £5 for it, and it turns out it's worth quite a bit, but it needs a new drum controller module because the previous owner left batteries in it that had corroded. I tried to fix it, but the whole board inside it is rotted out big time, so I need to replace that. And there's one on eBay for like 25 quid, so that weren't a bad find. But there's quite a few charity shop finds I've had, really, that are not too bad. Got a spare modded Orange Spice console. Going to Goldie, what's an Orange Spice console, man? I don't know what that is, unless you mean No, I'm just going to ask you what you mean by that. I can't even jump to an assumption there. And Des White, do you have the Resident Evil gun controller? I don't know. The Negcon Ridge controller are they on the list of PS1 limited in its accessories? No. Right. As for PS1 accessories, I have a list, and I do want to get loads of them, or as many of them as I can, but boxed. Like for example, I recently got the mouse and the mat, which is boxed. I've got the G-Con 45, which is boxed. And recently I also picked up the Asaiware Fight Stick, but it's not boxed. So I do ideally want to get that boxed. Same with the Negcon and the Jogcon. I want to get them boxed as well. But it's just money, really, if I'm honest. It's bloody expensive buying all this crap. And I'm running out of space at the minute. So it's like when I do buy them, where the bloody hell am I going to put them? They'll only just go in boxes until I've got the space. But I do want to get them, though. Lyndon, how many PS3 games do you have? I have around 300, mate. Last count, it was 292, but I have added probably 20 since I last counted. So a little over 300 PS3 games. So not too bad considering it's a side collection to this. PS1 still is the best boot ever for me. Yes, Luke, I agree, my friend. I had it as a ringtone on my phone for the longest time. And like I said a bit ago, it still gives me that little, every time I hear it. I would turn my PS1 on now, so you could all hear it again just for laugh. But if I do it on my CRT, all you guys will hear is a high-pitched whine going, because the TV for some reason interferes with my phone. And I don't have my SCART to HDMI to hand to put it on my other TV to do it for you. GameCube start with iconic, PS1, PS2 probably top 3. GameCube, I can't really say for that, but PS1 for me is the best. I don't like the modern noises the PlayStations make when they turn on that. Is it the PS3 that just goes? I don't like it at all. And the PS2 one sounds like that someone chucked a piano off of the roof of a building. Or I thought it does anyway. Oh God, I've done this again. We should use CRTV. Which one do we use and do you tag in the light gun titles? I've got a Panasonic 14-inch at the currently, and I do play the light gun games. And I played Die Hard Trilogy recently with the mouse because the G-Con is not compatible with it, and I haven't got the Scorpion to play it. Have you played Vandal Hearts? My favorite, mine. Apparently, the second is not as good and expensive, so I ain't bothered. Yes, I've got both of them, but I've not had enough time to put proper time into them. I think I played maybe 2 hours of the first one and about half an hour of the second one because I just test my games and give them a bit of a bashing. But yeah, it will eventually get played because I mentioned in my last video that I'd like to do some sort of randomizer, as it were, put all the games I own into it and then let the computer choose the games, if you know what I mean. And then I play through them from beginning to end and record it as well for YouTube thing and all that jazz. Where am I at? CRT is king. Yes, it is, Goldie. CRT wins, hands down. Apart from just the bloody weight and size of the damn things. Is the Cindy game the most expensive still? How much will you risk? Yes, it is the most expensive. It is, on average, I see it going for anywhere between £1,000 to £1,500. That's roughly what I see it go for. And yes, I will get it eventually. And like a mug, I will probably, by the time I get the money together and come round to buying it, knowing my luck, it'll probably be double that. So it's one I'm going to have to suck it up like a big boy and just take it on chin, I guess. GameCube Japanese only release console. Oh, is that the spicy orange thing what you meant, right? If you don't want no coins for it and you just want to give it to your supporter here wearing one of your t-shirts. You know where I am, my friend. I'll stick it on here. PS3 is the beast in my collection. That console is where my heart is at. For me, second for PS3. This is number one, but I get what you're saying because I have the same feel for this stuff. I like the orchestra PS3 boot up. Oh, is it an orchestra that? I honestly just thought it was some weird sounds. I don't know. I didn't know it was an orchestra. Have you got Fashion World on the PS1? I haven't, one of a kind. I'll be honest, I did buy it a while ago. This was months ago now. I bought it from someone on eBay. But the problem is they sent me the game. The game was scratched to shit and it didn't have a front or rear inlay and the manual was stuck together. The pages were stuck together like something had gone wrong with it. So I paid £1,200 for that and I sent it back because it wasn't as described, let's be honest. So yeah, at the minute, I nearly bought another copy recently. There was a chap on eBay selling a copy with Hercules and he wanted 1,500 quid. And I was considering it and I was prepared to drive up and travel to pick it up from him. He was like up Manchester way. But I believe another collector beat me to it because he said there was a chap from Spain that wanted to buy it. So I assume this Spanish chap beat me to the punch, I guess. But I'm in no rush to, I'll get another chance eventually. It might be rare, but it ain't that rare, if you know what I mean. So I'll get it eventually. If you were on your final PS1 game, would you trade your 300 plus PS3 games to obtain Cindy? Yes. That's a great question there, Trevor. If I was in that position, it was either have the PS3 games or Cindy's Fashion World to complete this. The PS3 games would be out the window. Not one of my PS3 games has cost me more than £1 to obtain. Every single PS3 game I've got has either been cheap as chips, car boot finds when I used to go car boots, or charity shop finds. There's a few that are worth more than £1, but I've not spent physical cash on them. They've been like a voucher that I've had kicking around and I've seen a game that I wanted cheap enough. But yeah, none of those PS3 games I own really stand me at any sort of financial ground. So if I was presented with that choice, Cindy's Fashion World, thank you very much. PS3 stuff, silly. Because the PS3 stuff's very, very common, so I can always just replace it down the line. It's not like this stuff, which is 30-year-old now and it's getting harder to find. And plus Blu-rays, they're a lot harder wearing, so they don't damage as easy. Do you have Beat Mania in the turntable? No, I do not. I've got Beat Mania, the game, I believe. I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, it's up there next to Beast Wars up there. I have it, but I don't have the controller with it. I will get it eventually, but again, just finding bloody space for this stuff. Where we at? For me, Time Crisis with the Gun and Destruction Derby is the best PS1 games. Yes, I agree. One of a kind. Destruction Derby is perfect for me. The first one, yes, you can't flip the cars and there's a bit less content, but I feel the first one's better than the second one overall, really. Time Crisis is ace. I don't know. PS3 is almost giving up. I'm almost giving up to get complete. The only way to get them is through eBay and Amazon, and most above CX prices. Just use CEX. So, I mean, the problem I have with eBay is the prices are really inflated for some reason. Don't know why. It just is what it is, and it's full of scum now that it's free to list. Vinted is no different. It's full of scum, but there is a good bunch of people on Vinted. But yeah, if you're having trouble with using like eBay and Vinted and stuff like that, just use CEX. I don't use them for my own reasons. If they didn't do what they did to me, I'd probably still be using them. But they're scummy to me, so I don't want to use them no more. But yeah, just use CEX, mate. I want to complete it, but it's getting difficult. They say, yeah, I get it. PS3 most shops have all the same games I visit. Yeah, PS3 games, I mean, they're pretty much everywhere, but I agree, it's all bloody FIFA and Uncharted and Little Big Planet. It's all the same common stuff. I know. I agree with you there. Which was CX here. I know a lot of people dislike it, but I think it would be nice to have at least. I'm not sure where you live, Lyndon, but yeah, that sucks that they don't have a CEX. Is there not independent game shops in your area, like just like like Americans call them like mom and pop shops, where it's not a company, it's just one person or whatever that owns it. I have a Mandela effect for PS1, but Point Blank 3 books. I remember the G-Con having feedback in the barrel. Never seen one real. I've no idea. I thought the G-Con was only had the recoil effect on the PS2 version. I didn't know the PS1 version ever came with that. Could be wrong. They might have done a rehash? I can't think of the right bloody word right now. But they might have done that at the back end of the generation. I'm not sure. Seems okay. Buying just online is both hit and miss. Yeah, CEX are very hit and miss, unfortunately, and they need to sort that out, because if you ordered, say, if you did your online shopping and all your food turned up rotten, you'd be pissed off, right? So CEX should operate in the same way. Like, everything should be as pristine as they possibly can. No excuses. Apologies, I'm going to put my light on because it's getting dark, and I'm going to catch up to the comments, and we're going to call it. I've been at this for over bloody 3 hours now. I can't. I'm not in the UK. But CEX are in Europe. Are you in Europe, Birdie? I can't. You did tell me where you are before, but is there not? Again, is there not like an independent you can use? Steve, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Steve. Hope we're doing well. I think I'd like it considering here in Las Vegas. There isn't many retro game shops. Oh, you're in Vegas, Lyndon. Right, so you American chaps, you guys call them mom and pop shops, right? For the like independent stores, or you've got GameStop. Isn't there like a GameStop retro or something? You not have something like that? Because CEX and GameStop are pretty much the same, or they operate in the same way, at least, as far as I'm aware. Oh, God, my comments are going all over the bloody place again. Apologies. I tried to get some of the more expensive stuff, but so many had no manuals. Yeah, that drives me mad when you do find that in a lot of places they don't have manuals, but a lot of independent shops, there's the one I know of, if they've got expensive PS1 games, what they do is they take the manual out and sell the manual on eBay and sell the non-manual version in their shop. So they try to double up on their profits, basically, which is a scummy practice, by the way. This is so much. I've been to Vegas loads. I love it. I've never been to Vegas. I'd love to go to Vegas. I've got a massive thing about not the city. I don't want to go to the city. I'd want to go to like Lake Mead if I went to Vegas. But the only time I've been to the States, by the way, I got stuck in LAX airport for 3 days. It was COVID. I was literally stuck in the airport. I didn't want to go and catch COVID. It was before we all knew what it was, really. Mate, go to bed, don't stay. I'm not knackered, mate. I know my eyes look it, but it's just the heat that's taking it out of me today. But yeah, I do plan on getting off in a minute. I think for tourists it's nice, but living here isn't that great. Very boring. Lyndon, surely Vegas ain't boring. I imagine the city where it's all the lights and everything, it can get monotonous, but surely living in the area is nice. Lake Mead, do you fish? I watch a few YouTubers that fish on Lake Mead. Sin City Outdoors, I think they're called. I'd be doing that every bloody day. Maybe a stupid question. Why do I only see French listings on Vinted? I've Googled and it's a common problem. I'm in Ireland and you can't search by area or set a home country, correct? Trevor, I'm not sure. I've had it before where my app glitched and I was seeing a lot of French listings, but Vinted is a French website. Maybe it's something to do with your internet service provider. If you're using a VPN, for example, it might be something to do with that. I'm not tech savvy, so I'm the wrong person to ask, unfortunately, on that. One other can. Do you keep a list of what games you need? Yes, I showed it a bit ago. So basically, there, if you look, I mean, I know it'll be hard to see with the reflections, but so there is A. So every game in alphabetical order. So if it's got a line through it, I've got it. And then there's that game there. What's that? Adidas Power Soccer 2 and Adidas Power Soccer 98. I need them. And then there's that one, AFL 99. So you get the gist. And then there's multiple pages of this crap. So that's how I keep a list of every PS1 game anyway. Nerdy, I know, but it's methods in my madness. Lyndon, I can see for sure. I got married in Vegas. You got married in Vegas, Goldie? Or are you chatting shit again? I can never tell whenever you're being serious or not. Yes, but not in my country. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know where you mean, Birdie, but where you are. But I know CX have got some places in Europe. I think they go by different names, right? In mainland Europe, if you're in Europe, that is. I've no idea, mate. I honestly don't know. I mean, I rarely leave the UK for my sins. Every single independent overcharges. Oh, yeah, they do, unfortunately. But at least you can see the product in your hand in an independent, so it's not a complete loss. I appreciate it live. We'll try and catch you on the next one. Enjoy your next pickups, Rails. Thank you, Daz, for joining in, mate. I am getting off in a minute anyway. But yeah, like I say, I think my next video, because I only did one yesterday, my next video, it may be around 5-6 days from now. I will have enough to take me, so I'll be below 500 games I need then. I actually can't wait for them to arrive, because there's a couple of games in there I've been wanting for a while. And my wife is in Liverpool, and she's picked me some more up today as well. So lots of games coming, I guess. I ain't paying 20 euros for a WE game. I'm on the same with you on that one, but 20 euros for a wrestling game on PS3 is crazy. Great live. Catch you later, Jody. See you later, Jody. And enjoy the rest of your evening. London GameStop is so hit or miss. There's no reason to go over than the deals every other month. They have retro games, but they're usually common. Oh, I can't remember There's an American guy I watch on YouTube. He's called the Y2K Collector, I believe. He talks about GameStop and GameStop retro and stuff quite a lot. And he usually I'm not in America, so it kind of doesn't apply to me. But it's like, I don't know if he has insider knowledge or something, but he mentions when they're going to have the buy two, get one or whatever deals they have on in there. But I watch his stuff and he gets some sweet deals. Obviously, America's a bloody big place, but if you drive, maybe take a road trip, maybe. Where we got? More games. CX do have some games, but a lot of the time they're not always in great condition, and they don't stock every game either, which is the downside. I remember that you told me that you wanted to fish it like me. Yeah, I'd love if I ever get the chance to go to the US and I happen to be going in and around Nevada, Vegas area, it would literally be to go Lake Mead and fish. I'm not bothered about the tourist side of the city. It'd be nice to see, but I'm not a gambler, so I won't really care for that. I'd go for the lake and just the local life. That's what I like tourist. I'm the tourist that likes to meet the locals, not meet people that have come from my own country, if you know what I mean. Trust us, London, the quality control on CX is absolutely dreadful. Yes, it is. That's fair. Bristol CX is very bad also. Is it that bad, Steve? I've heard Bristol's not good. I mean, I'm Doncaster. I've heard their CX is a bit hit and miss. It's where I'm from originally, and when I last used their shop 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't great. It was one of those shops that it stunk of sweat and piss, and I haven't been in that shop since. So I don't know if they've improved at all, but CX overall hit and miss. Definitely got married in Vegas. Goldie, that's amazing, mate. I didn't know that. I can't believe you did. I could honestly never know if you're having a laugh or not. I love Y2K. He's really cool. Yeah, I really like him too, even though his content is more like with PlayStation and all different consoles. But I like to see the differences between. The reason I watch him is the reason because I like to see differences between game prices in the US and the UK, because usually if a game goes up in the US, it's not long till the UK it goes up. So if I catch something on there, and there's another kid called the Legally Insane Gamer, he's Canadian though. If I watch them two, if I see a game on there they recommend, I'll evaluate the price here, and if it's worth me getting, I'll get it. And 9 times out of 10, it goes up in price not long after. Like the Legally Insane Gamer mentioned Prison Break on the PS3. It was a low print game. I managed to get a copy cheap, and it's gone up since. So I keep trying to keep ahead of the curve, as it were. Same with RNG Gamer. I've not watched him, I'll be honest. Later, Wayne, get yourself off. You're on overtime here. Goldie, I am. I'm on like 15 minutes overtime. I ain't getting paid for this. I know Y2K, I like him, but he also confused me as he does videos that contradict each other. Yeah, I can see what you mean, because sometimes he talks about prices and stuff with games, and then he'll trade those games in for other games. But I just try and take it as information rather more than something that I take as gospel, if you know what I mean. His space is similar to your space you're using for PS1. Oh, is that the RNG Gamer guy? Sam the Madman. So long, Wayne. See you next stream, hopefully. Make sure you contact Fast Cash. Yes, I will. I'll have a look tomorrow morning. But anyway, that is it from me for the evening. I want to get some food and chill out before I go to bed, because I've been on this for 3 hours. So thank you very much for tuning in and watching me chat absolute nonsense yet again. I'm happy that you've joined me, and I hope you've enjoyed chatting this nonsense with this fat bloke from Yorkshire. So with that, I'm off, and I'm going to get some food because I'm bloody starving. So thank you all for watching again, and I can see your comments here later. I'll see you again soon. I'm just going to figure out how to end it now. Yeah, I have no idea. Here we go. Bye-bye. Thank you.